Good morning, computer. Hello, 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 hello. Let's see. Let's turn this the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Red Rescue Team Monster House theme down by roughly 50% so that we can actually talk. We can talk. Thank you. Now I'm hearing the boost power alert. I don't think you hear that yet, but I certainly hear that. Welcome in LLLL Colonq. First, as always, welcome in Bezelia. Hello. I don't know if this is a Bezelia bot situation. Bezelia has been on the immediate response, and I trust Bezelia to automate such trivial matters. Welcome in Steel Shield. Thank you for the gotchi. Welcome in GSG4634_R14 Bergs. Welcome in Cute Nice. Welcome in Benjamin. Welcome in Yoink 2000. Welcome in Mickey Noon. Welcome in Zully3. Welcome in I'm in Prison Real. Welcome in Convergent Sequence. Good to see you again. Welcome in Must_Broke_. Welcome in Crane0001. Welcome in Yoink 2000. Welcome in Ponadary. Welcome in Holy Cow 420 and Lago Mofu. And welcome you Demoniac and Alto VT and Sifon Altera. Good morning. And everybody, and welcome in Lunaru was taken. Hello, I'm Small Sweetie. My account got hacked and banned. I'm so sorry to hear that Lunaru was taken. That sounds miserable. That sucks. If you have any idea of how it got hacked, please let me know, because that's like my worst nightmare, and that seems like a disaster. Welcome in SSJSSS and ABC123. Good to see you. Good to see you. And Furizon and DWinkly_ and everybody. Hello, we're back. It's Tuesday. Today is it's time for LLLL Colonq goes bananas. We're going bananas today, computer. We're going fucking bananas. We're going ape. I got socially engineered today for the first time in my life, as far as I know. Whoa, that's wild. Yeah, I've never had anything be hacked, but I'm also like relatively conscious. But it would also be like significantly more embarrassing for me, right? Like if I got hacked, it'd be really embarrassing. Because I'm like supposed to know things about computers. Look, Klonka. Hello, Not Geyser. Good to see you, Not Geyser. And I wanted to say thank you to SSJSSS, because I do have, I have nowhere to thank you for this, but you basically you gave me a sub because you gave me money on Patreon. So thank you for giving me money on Patreon. I got the email and I was like, what the hell? What the heck? What the heck's going on with that? So thank you for the money. I will pay you back. In double kind. We will pay you back in double. It'll be with interest. The only time I got hacked is the website I used got breached and they stored my password in clear text. Still mad at yeah, I mean that kind of stuff happens with like there's and also people like storing like unsalted MD5 passwords, and you know there's shenanigans that happen with leaks like that. But I'm pretty conscious of things now. I use multiple passwords for things and all that bullshit. So like, you know, we're trying it. This is why you should use a password manager. Yes, it's but then with the password manager, I'm just afraid. Look, so I'm saving all my passwords with I guess I technically use pass, but like, which is a command line password manager, but I don't really use the tool other than to generate passwords. I just like pass just like GPG encrypts the files, and I just read those from Emacs, and I have like an Emacs menu that reads them all. But yeah, physical notepad is probably pretty good. It's probably pretty good. You just have to trust Firefox. Yeah. I mean, Firefox has a built-in password manager, and I bet they're probably stored client side or encrypted or something. I trust that they probably do the right thing, maybe. Welcome into Baja. Good to see you, my friend. I never got hacked. My brother got his Fortnite account hacked, and I was able to recover it. And that sounds like a story. That sounds like quite a story. Now I just have my Vault Warden self-hosted and all changed. Huh. Well, anyway, that's very scary, my friend. Lunar was taken. I gotta take precautions here. And hello, Crazy Kitty 357, a Jets wave right back at you. I need to gift you a sub to Jets. Is that actually a good bit to do? That's a good bit to do right now, actually, off screen. Let's go to twitch.tv/GeneFamos and gift Crazy Kitty 357 a Jets sub. That's it's September. Tis the season for giving money to Mr. Bezos, right? Tis the season, I think. Tis the season. Crazy Kitty 357 gifts 6 months of tier 1. There we go. We're pissing our money. We're gambling today. We're throwing it. Look at this idol. Hello, watchmakering. Hi ho to you. Hi ho to you, Mr. Watchmakering. How are you doing? Okay, Crazy Kitty 357 can now Jets wave. Now all is right in the world yet again. All is right in the world. This is a recording, and all my streams are actually pre-recorded, Brom. I actually pre-record all of these. Answering questions in the stream didn't start yet. Oh yeah, we're still on starting soon. What the fuck is going on with this? This is a mess. This is a mess. I gotta click the button. Let's click it. The audio's probably been super fucked. Let's go main. Let's go main. I predicted. Yeah, this is all predicted. Okay, hello. Good morning, Reggie Rock. Good morning, gamer. Hello. This is I had to. Sometimes we have to improvise with these things. You know, with the things that we write on here. Like the words that I put on the start of the thing, we gotta improvise with those. We gotta improvise. Good morning, Colonq. Good morning, Lagomofu. I shouldn't really say good morning, given that for me it's 3 p.m. But considering that yesterday I woke up at 3:30 p.m., this is kind of necessary. I've been living a very nocturnal schedule. We're nocturnal around here. We're like I don't know, what's a nocturnal animal? A skunk, a possum, something like this. We're living that nimble lifestyle. Good morning is a state of mind. Yes, I agree. I agree as well. So hello. Yes. So I have to point out, it feels like it's been fucking forever. I don't know how this has happened, but I stream more than I ever have. I'm streaming a lot. I'm streaming twice a week now. That's a whole bunch. And I can't even like, it feels like it's been an eon since the last stream. An eon, which is crazy. Animal, yeah, I live that animal lifestyle. I did set up the thing today, Mickey Noon. You did not get scammed again online. Inferno, we're doing twice a week now. Can you believe it? We do this time on Tuesdays, and we do the other time on Fridays. And it's what a treat. Hello, thank you so much. That's very kind of you to say. People say such nice things to me on here. I really appreciate that. It's nice. I hope I can say nice things to you as well. I hope you can get a good feeling. Let's what am I missing things? I'm missing things. Hi boss, hi you demoniac. Hi. I hope this time is okay for you. I hope this is the EU friendly stream, but also the people who have jobs friendly stream. Hello and welcome in Infinite Coder 01. You can scam me anytime. Well, you know, if I scam you, you have to consider that it's going to be a considerate, loving scam, right? If I scam you, it's not necessarily for your own good, but it's for, you know, I understand. It's an empathetic kind of scam, right? It's a coup de grace. It's a coup de grace. It's not a I don't know. And then, well, anyway, Joel, yeah, Joelers. Any Joelers in the chat room? Let's so what are we gonna do today? What are we gonna get up to today? Well, I mean, it's Tuesday, so you know we gotta go bananas a little bit. This is the experimental bananas type format. We keep it fruit style. And today our mission. Hello Nidin, good to see you. Welcome in. Our mission today is to we're gonna make a video game. We're keeping it fruity. We're tasting the rainbow today, specifically only the yellow color of the rainbow. Fruity coating, yes. And we're gonna make video game. And so how is that different? How is that different though? Yeah, I told you, I promised you, I swore a solemn oath that I would never get on here and just be like, yeah, we're doing work today, bros. I mean that's fine. Maybe I will. Maybe one day I will do that. But I've sworn. I'm not an oath breaker yet. I'm not yet an oath breaker. And so what's the gimmick, right? We gotta have a gimmick. The gimmick today is I'm gonna develop a game, and the game is going to be deployed live. It's going to be deployed live or close to live. We're going to redeploy it every time we make a significant change. And the game is accessible in your web browser right now. And we're also going to make the game connect to our chat integration features. So we're going to make it so, for example, you can do a redeem and it will change like the lighting, for example, of everybody playing the game. That's the idea. Welcome in Monochrome_0 and the Unseen Mystic and Nidin, all friends, all dear friends and boon companions. I like saying boon companions. What a nice thing to say. Yes, someone asked banana or lemon. Ideally, both. I like lemons. I'm a citrus fan, I think. I like bananas too. I'm a fruit enjoyer. Can people relate to the concept of eating fruit and enjoying it? Dungeon crawl? Yes, it is the dungeon crawler. Let me actually pin the link. because it should be here. I made homemade pink lemonade with hibiscus. That sounds fucking delicious. Hibiscus is also quite tasty. Fruity too, yeah, hell yeah. So I think this is some people think I use pink lemons. That's wild. That's a wild thing. Are there pink lemons? Do those exist? I'm a fruit enjoyer, but I'm not a fruit expert, unfortunately. I'm half fruity, yeah. Nodders. Let's post. You like other food? You like other food too? Yes. Fruit heads, yeah. Is this the right link? If I post this, does this go to right thing? Does this go to right thing? Yes, it does. It does. And I'm going to pin the message. I'm going to click pin the message and manually unpinned. Very good. We have a pinned message now. Welcome in detached head state. I actually enjoy both fruits and vegetables. Well, that's a controversial opinion right there, detached head state. That is quite notable, I would say. I don't know. For me, vegetables still, well, I like vegetables. I have a you know, my family historically has had an interesting relationship with food. So I'm kind of rebuilding. We're recrafting some food type preferences currently. We're analyzing the food type preferences that we have around here at least. Let's see. Are we good? So yeah, that link, I should actually make that link. I should make this message. I should unpin this message. We should unpin message. We should do a better link. So people know what's happening. We should I should copy this. I should paste this. What a game this already is. It's something. Play along here. We're updating it live. Let's let me post that. And we'll pin that. We'll pin that one. Mods, pin that one. Yes, excellent. The mods got it. So we're also operating unmoderated today. We're in an unmoderated situation because Colonq is snoozing. Colonq is snoozing at 3 p.m. And that's a situation where it's something. It's something. I think she might not be snoozing much longer, given that I'm now screaming. I'm screaming extremely loudly in the living room, so I can say whatever I want. Yes, you can. You can always say whatever you want. You just, I mean, you literally can always just do whatever you want. It's just that other people can also do whatever they want in response to whatever you do. It's crazy how that works. How that works in that manner. So let's. Can I bring the thing up on the screen? If I type this link, you should be able to go to this link as well. oob.colonq.computer. You can go here and you can move around. There's currently, I disabled collision because I built this level generation thing. I built the level generation thing, but I didn't actually make you guaranteed spawn within levels. And there's little labyrinths that are being generated right now. There's a small type dungeon scenario. And sometimes they're probably disconnected. This is intense type gameplay. This is extremely intense gameplay, Mustbroke. So what can we actually do with this? Let's actually demonstrate. Let's demonstrate a change in this thing. Let's go over to your game looks nothing like that, Lamau. Is it broken? That's also useful information to know, Crane001. I've tested this on Chrome and Firefox. I have tested this on Chrome and Firefox. If it doesn't work, that is good to know. Please give me information as to your browser scenario. Panicked at couldn't add canvas to document. Zelia, you might have it's broken. Send an image. Yes, send an image. This is why we're doing this. This is the ultimate test. You spawn in a wall. You should spawn in a wall. It's fine. There's no I've disabled, you know. We're just trying to show you can walk through walls. It only works with WASD. Yes, these are expected things. It works on your machine. I can move on Firefox. I didn't even know how to disable Vimium for a website since you're overwriting my controls for the that's very possible as well. Yeah, it's not much of a game right now. It's mostly just a rendering experience. You can super speed. Yeah, it also accepts key repeats. I'm wondering why that's happening for you, Basilia. I wonder. What browser are you on, Basilia? Are you on Firefox? Is it a Firefox scenario? Maybe there's some kind of configuration. Maybe there are no paths, only walls. Also interesting. Oh wait, this is WASM. Yes, this is a WASM project. We should let's at least demonstrate something. We can at least, if I go to game.rs, which may cause problems. Yeah, if you have WebGL turned off, Basilia, which a lot of people do to avoid, I say a lot of people, few people do in order to like prevent fingerprinting maybe. Like if you have some kind of anti-fingerprinting extension, like maybe there's interactions there. I sent you on Discord. I'm on Firefox on Mac. Ooh, very interesting. This has been tested on a few things. Let's see what this looks like for Crane. Oh man, that looks fucked. That looks totally fucked. What's going on with that? Holy moly. That looks like some kind of GPU issue. That looks like some kind of GPU related problem. I don't know what the deal is there. That's scary. Can you, if you want to link that in the public Discord too, so people can see? That seems like a problem that is difficult to resolve potentially. Ooh, because I mean WebGL should be. What does oob mean? It's short for oubliette, which is the title of the game. This game is a fan game for a VTuber that I like because I'm a big nerd. I'm a big nerd. You know I'm a big nerd. Wait, put it on the hair. We can put it on the hair. We're gonna do even better than that. We're gonna make redeems that modify this. I hit F5 now. I see. Yeah, it'll regenerate. It's all client side, so it will regenerate a dungeon every time you F5, and you should always spawn in the bottom left corner. So if you don't see anything, you can go up and right, and you should. Yeah. And we're gonna make you like actually spawn in the dungeon and like collide with walls and stuff today, and all that good stuff. But the text in the top, someone asked, what does 1 2 3 4 5 do? It doesn't do anything right now, but what it is it's just me testing text. So like if I change this to say, hi Colonq, hi Mickey Noon, right? If we say hi Mickey Noon, right, and I go if I go over here and I say deploy.sh, if I do a deploy.sh situation, this is gonna build. This is going to be a builder. We're gonna build everything, which might take a minute because I've made some changes since I did other things. I had to make some changes. And let's load it up. Let's load it the fuck up. We'll wait. We'll wait. You know we wait. Thank you for the boost, everybody, and also welcome in Recruit in a Suit, dear friend. Yeah, this is an oubliette type game. Oubliette, I think actually means something that is not actually synonymous with dungeon, but it's close enough. It's close. I think an oubliette is specifically like a hole. It's like a hole you put somebody in, and that seems scary. So and it's sort of a funny, scary dungeon type word. Oubliette. Yes, welcome in Hazmat VT. Good to see you. Let me shout out my friend Hazmat. Sorry if I'm not shouting at other people. I'll do that. If I don't shout you out and I'm like, it's just me being forgetful. I'm not trying to personally assault and attack you. I will eventually. Rust video game code, yes. Scalazeal, yes. We're doing some Rust Wasm gaming today. That's the idea. So this should automatically upload. As you see, it did. It just pushed to GitHub, and this is just hosted on GitHub Pages. So then if we F5 this page, whenever it happens, can I actually refresh this, or am I locked in somehow? Sometimes you get locked into like you're just focused on the WebGL. I think this might be an issue with me. Faction war on oob.colonq.computer. Yes. Because what we can do is we can like ideally change. We gotta wait for GitHub Pages to like refresh their cache or whatever, which should take roughly a minute, I think, from when I was testing before. We might have to Control-Shift-R. I don't know. We'll see. We'll wait. It's actually compiled, right? Yeah. I accidentally clicked the thing. We're fucked. We're so fucked. This is the basic mechanism of action here. This is how it works. Yeah, now it says, see, this is the live page. So if you load the live page now, if you reload or Control-Shift-R or whatever, it should now say hi Colonq, hi Mickey Noon. Last I was here, I've somehow bricked my Linux. Oh dear, Scalazeal. Oh dear. What distro is it? Which distro is it? I mean, some distros are easier to brick than others, I would say. But my condolences, my deepest condolences. Yeah. So I guess just the demonstration here is, yeah, you're in the pewter, right? And this is not just on my machine. This is for you too. If you refresh the page, right? That's the idea. This is the concept today. This is the concept today. So whenever we make like a major change, we'll run this little deploy.sh command and do that whole thing. Logs into a black screen with a cursor. So with like a text style cursor, like a text type cursor, or like a mouse type cursor, because those things could indicate different things. But no. Is it a mouse type cursor? Mouse type cursor. Okay, well that's at least kind of promising. I wonder if it's that. I mean, if it's even showing a mouse type cursor, maybe that probably indicates that your X11 is still working, right? I would guess. So it's probably something like it's not starting the right window manager. Maybe I don't know. Either way, that seems. I hope you can resolve that. Are you using like a display? Like, do you log in through like a graphical interface? Does that still work, or do you log in like on the? I assume you do, right? I don't know how that stuff. Yeah, the DM is probably on fire. Like the thing that actually starts that you log in from maybe is broken. I have not used a DM. We're not. What does that even stand for? Is that display manager? Welcome in 14 Android. How are you doing? Yeah, it broke because you didn't put the HTTPS on there. I think it requires you put the. I think so, at least. I think, well, maybe it doesn't. I don't know, but probably just didn't recognize it. Can you just try regular? Yeah, if you go, Scalazeal, if you press like Control Alt F2 or something, Control Alt to go to a TTY and log in there, and then type StartX, that might be something to experiment with. Something you might have to configure. I don't even know if you have the thing configured, and who really knows at the end of the day. What are the controls? None. There are no controls for the games. This is all the game is yet. This is all the game is as of yet. 14 Android. We're gonna build everything else today. Well, not everything else, but we're gonna build something. Right now, it's basically a graphics demo. It's a demo that like we got something running with OpenGL and 3D and a little bit of lighting, and it's this only. And today we're going to shape it like a sculptor with the clay. It's going to be like a clay type scenario, and we're going to shape it, and we're going to make it happen. We're going to make it happen. Can I haunt a girl? No, you cannot haunt unit right now. We need to disable haunt unit. Haunt unit, this is a non-unit haunting situation. Spaces both sides of the double hyphen. Yes. We're using OpenGL. This is WebGL 14 Android. This is a WebGL game. It's also quite small. It's small. Like if we look at if /deploy, which is what's actually deploying, the game is. Why do you not show me the size? Why do you not show me this? Oh, it does. I didn't need to give that H. It's 1 megabyte. It's 1 megabyte. It's WebGL. OpenGL is not really deprecated. Old versions, immediate mode OpenGL is kind of deprecated, but like modern OpenGL 3 or OpenGL 4, like this is closer. I mean, obviously Vulkan is like the new way to do things, but like a lot of machines still don't have Vulkan support. This is OpenGL. I mean, there's various things to discuss here, but WebGL 2 especially is alive and well, and that's where we are right now. Looks like I'm going to be using Safari for the first. I'd be surprised if it works on Safari, honestly. I'm seeing a bunch of tiles when I follow the link in the pin message. Okay, cool. Can you move around with WASD? Available 050823. That's all you can do right now. You can move around, and if you move up and to the right, you should see dungeon type thing. I don't know, maybe. And also, if that doesn't work, tell me what browser you're using, please. Should work on mobile, but it doesn't load. I don't know if there's a way to access the logs on this. Huh? Yeah. Looking at like the fuck you. I should make new. We need to make new QL. No, wrong. QLL. There we go. Okay, so we have a few different little contexts here. Hello, computer man. I mean, Colonq. Hello, greetings. We're building Web 5. Web 4 is pretty deprecated. Yeah, this is kind of a Web 5 type project. If I go over here, I hate that this scrolls my chat. Hinabo Woo, yeah, hell yeah. Are you familiar with OpenGL? Can you help me with an issue I'm facing? Welcome in at Katemoy. I am a little familiar with OpenGL. I assume you got the context of the discussion. I'm a tiny bit familiar. I'm not like a pro kind of person. Please share your issue. Please let me know. Welcome in, Gen Dude. I'm happy to help if you have a reasonable question. And if the question is like too big, if it's like we'll cross that bridge when we come there. Welcome in, Plutonium too. Thank you. Welcome. I had like a delirious fever dream last night, Plutonium. When I was falling asleep, and I was for some reason I had in my head that you were actually Plato. You were Plato, and there was but your name was Penudo instead. For some reason I had in my head that like the first part of plutonium was actually the same as Plato, but it was just totally It was totally messed up. That doesn't make any sense, right? That's totally unsensible. That's where you, I don't know, you have this mythical status, I guess. You have this mythical status in my mind, at least. What? Yeah, I don't know. Damn, strong Zaza. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, I don't know. Playdonium. Yeah, it's very like Plato, like the philosopher, right? But it was like the name was spelled like Plutonium, I guess. Now that I've said that out loud, I'm realizing that just isn't sensible. Welcome in Ore Boros. Wow, are you the golden serpent arrives? Hello. Welcome Digby Cat as well. Good to see you, dear friend. And welcome Kenny Coda. I'm sorry I didn't even, it's difficult with I miss people. I miss friends, I miss things. This is disastrous. Boost. You got boost power. Can I disable haunt unit? That's what I was meaning to do. I love when you hold down a direction, you just zoom. Yeah, that is a feature of the browser right now. We need to not do that. The browser, the browser, if you hold down a key, will repeatedly send the key press event. There's a key repeat feature. And we're not detecting that. Welcome in Sharky Nebula as well, and welcome in Mojod _. I'm trying to keep world coordinates independent from the rendering part, and I can't figure it out. Okay, well, so you have something specific you can't figure out. So this might be a longer type thing. So I would encourage you to hop in the Discord, hop in our Discord. I mean, if you don't want that, just IRC too, but either way. And like, then you can like describe, you get specific here. You have a clip. Okay. Well, linked. I probably won't get into this right now, but I can probably help you out later. So I guess refresh my memory at some point, and we'll sort it out. We'll figure it out, I think. What is our boy trying to do? So today, Digby Cat, if you look at the pin message, we're developing a game. We're going to develop a bit of a game live is the idea. And we're going to make it so you can control the game from chat a little bit. That's the thing today. And we have like the basic skeleton of like a little engine, a little custom engine for a are we like the what are these skeletons? Berserk skeleton meme 10 hours. Thank you. You dismissed it without reading. Very based. Classic maneuver. We love to see that. Okay, can we actually navigate to somewhere that is sensible for us? Perhaps a docket command would be useful. Yeah, there's a today command. You can say today. You can say this. Yeah, people use pin messages. Yes, I know. I'm a bullying me. Thank you so much for the resub. Did that actually show up yet? It didn't actually show up on Twitch yet, but it showed up over here that Lumi resubbed. Welcome in, Lumi. Thank you for coming by. I really appreciate the resub. Let's go here. So we can actually look at what's happening. So the other thing that we're doing with this, beyond just like, wow, you can deploy the game. Wow, you can deploy the game while it's running. That's crazy. That's wild. The spin works so well with the hair type effects. Yes, I agree. I think so. I think it's wonderful. For me, the game captures F5. Yeah, it does. I don't know how to avoid that either. I don't know how to not do that. I'm not doing that intentionally. Right, I am just adding like, well, I'm using WInit in Rust, so maybe that just does that. 20k points, 30k more to get cloned. Well, you're getting there. Welcome to the Maroon Hat Hacker too. Thank you. So you should see it says this in the console, but it also has this resp test thing. So what is that? What is the deal with that? So the thing I wanted to actually do with this is I wanted to make it so we can control it from chat a little bit. So let's consider what that might mean. So I built a new little thing as part of FIG. FIG being Force and Integrated Gaming, our gaming integration library. Surrender all material possessions to the Colonq. September is now available for gift subs. Give Colonq money. Well, don't give me money. Give other people money. Give me love. Give me only love. So basically what I did is I built this little API called Bullfrog. This is actually the same server that I was using to talk to Jake Create stuff. So this is like our interface to the outside world. Whenever we have something, sub to mod Colonq. Whenever we have something that that needs to talk to like something that is outside of like my home network where I can connect to the message bus, this is what we're going to do. So this has like this WebSocket broadcast thing, but more importantly, it now has this like key value store type thing where you can set keys if you have the token. If you have the token, you can set keys. If you don't have the token, you can read keys. So for example, I can type Bullfrog like Dungeon Keeper devs. Maybe it's called Bullfrog because it was a broadcast server originally, and I was like, okay, what broadcast? Bullhorn, and then like what's one step away? What's one permutation away from Bullhorn? Well, it's Bullfrog. So That's what it is currently. I mean, it's a little bit contrived. It's a little bit contrived. If I say bullfrog set, though, if I say bullfrog set, hi, thank you for the gift sub, Eudaimoniac, as well, to Geyser. Thank you. I appreciate that. You really don't have to do that. It is very, very kind of you. Bullfrog, I weave. Yeah, well, maybe, I don't know. If I call this, okay, test, if I take test variable, and I you just give it a string, and I say, hi, Colonq, hi, computer, even, hello, computer. And we do a set type situation. We can then later say bullfrog get test var, and let's just give that to message, for example, and it should print hi computer at the bottom. You see and this is retrieving things from a remote server, right? So if we say curl colonq.computer /bullfrog/API/get test var, see, it's hi computer, right? So this is how this works, right? So this gives us a convenient little bucket that we can put stuff in from Emacs, right? That will then be readable from a public computer. So like the other thing I've done is if we go, let's go to main.rs again in oubliettes. We're going to the oubliettes. I have this little thing here that it actually turns out it is possible using WebSys in Rust. WebSys is this nice little library. It's API bindings that are sort of irritating to use. I've invented S3. Yes, we're achieving dominance here. We're achieving market saturation on these solutions. I saw that the LL stream the other day. Hell yeah. Thank you. I'm glad. Thank you for VIPing. Yeah, so 0x oh no just lost VIP, by the way. Now if you VIP yourself and the VIP list is full, it randomly de-VIPs someone else. And that should work. Maybe there's like a race condition there. Maybe there's problems, but like it should work. We'll keep us posted on whether you are actually VIP, D-Winkley. Oh, it did work. No worries, D-Winkley. No worries. I mean, this is the system. There's only 50. And it's not that expensive to get a new one, right? Like 2,000 channel points is like, it's like a few hours, right? You know, you'll get that just by lurking in here. What is going on with you? Well, it's an emote showing in the background, Crane001. This is the Lost Lands Dubstep Festival. It was epic. Oh, hell yeah. That's sick. Did you, I mean, I know you're a music person, but were you like participating somehow? I don't know. I know nothing about music. I'm not musical. So it turns out we can actually just use the browser APIs. So like within our Rust program, we can use like the fetch API and make an HTTP request, which is what we're doing here, right? Like, so if I change this, let's actually, instead of running this is the live program. Let's also go over here. Let's run our dev server as well, which has like live reload and will like build faster because it doesn't optimize. It'll build a little faster. I was seeing the stream and making my neck stronger. Headbang. Oh, hell yeah. I was there for Eliminate Set, but Infect was cool as fuck. Oh, cool. Well, I know nothing, but I hope it's sick. I hope that's sick. I hope it's a sick situation. Let's go to my dev. This is on my local machine. And this resp test is we're currently reading from, if you look at main, I'm using this get store thing, which just fetches from that thing we just wrote from Emacs. If we say instead test var, if we get from test var instead, this test, it should retrieve the other thing. It says hi computer now, right? So we have the ability. To retrieve things from Emacs and write them, right? Like so if we split this, no, wrong thing to split. If we split this, if we go to IELM, if we go down IELM here, if I make this slightly less unbalanced, like so. And if I say set test var to a different thing, right? And I reload this page. If we reload this page now, it now says a different thing, right? So that's kind of cool. That we can set things, we can send things to the game from Emacs. We can't really send, but the game is pulling from a place that we are setting things, right? So I wanted to try some stuff there. I wanted to so for example, let's rearrange ourselves so this is like slightly more tolerable to read. I only saw Whole, in fact, more Kismet and Nate and VR B2B BA. That's those are words. That's a whole lot of words. I don't know. I mean, I'm glad for you. I'm happy that happened. I hope it was a positive experience for you and for all involved, basically. Let's so for example, one of the things you can do in this game, one of the things you can do currently, right, is we have lighting. We have a bit of a lighting scenario. If we where am I setting the lighting actually? I think I'm just like over here. We have a lighting direction. It's just like directional lighting. We have a direction and a color. So if we make the lighting what if we make it all green? Or this is all blue. We got RGB. We had an RGB situation. If we make it all blue, this reloads. The tone of the game looks different. It's a little more blue. It's a little more of a blue. It's a little more of a blue type scenario. The player you can see. If we make it all red, right? If we go all red on the lighting, on the directional lighting, it changes the ambiance a little bit. It'll reload. It'll reload. See, it's all red now. It's all red. So you can consider this as being a move from the control of Lever, the blue faction, to Nate, the red faction. You saw the Cure. I like the Cure quite a lot. I'm a Cure fan, I would say. I don't know. I again, my music taste is basically like, oh, there's a few like I don't know, like boomer bands that I like. I like the Cure though. I like the Smiths too. I'm a Smiths game. I like going for Smith's night walks or whatever the kids do these days. Robert Smith looks really bad. Yeah. I mean, everyone's old. Everybody likes the Smiths. Yeah, they're good. They're good. I'm really hyped to see where this game goes. Yeah. So the idea overall is to make this is a fan game. It's a fan project for Giga. Shout outs to Giga. I will just shout out people who have no idea I exist because I'm a dweeb. But it's a project. It's a project there, and I've been meaning to do this for a long time. I wanted to do this like at the start of I like my second ever stream was working on something kind of like this, but I just have finally gotten around to it. So like the goal is by Halloween, by the end of October, we have something that is at least kind of game-ish. It has a game-like appearance. Yes, and this is also on the GitHub. Yes, the GitHub is there. I am actually updating this on GitHub because it's there. We're not super active on the GitHub, but yeah. I'm trying to wrap my head around WGPU RS. Yes, I have not experimented with WGPU yet. That seems complex. It seems, well, I don't know. It's probably less complex than Vulkan, but it's still kind of scary. Let's farm some undead points. Yeah, hell yeah. I realized after the fact that I've basically stolen the faction system from Giga, but like, I mean, what can you do? What can you really do at the end of the day? So, okay. So let's get started on this. So one thing to do might be to make it so that there's a redeem to change the color, right? There's a redeem to change the color. And like we could right away just make it so you can specify any color, but it might be more fun to make it so that when you do the redeem, it sets a variable to your faction name, and then we branch off of the faction name to determine the color. That could be fun, just as something to get started with. It also might be interesting to like, so right now we're kind of loading this in a blocking way, right? Because I don't know anything about futures and Rust. I don't know how to do anything. It probably switch to a different Git host because Microsoft trains. Yeah. Well, all my shit's public anyway. They're fine to do whatever. My personal code, I have it all on Source Hut. It'd be fun to make it like, I don't know. I think we're basically using GitHub for the ease of access because people know that that's a thing. People ask me for my GitHub, and if I send them some weird link to Source Hut, they're going to be like, I don't know what this is. But yeah, for things you actually care about, probably self-host your Git. Nobody knows about the future of Twitch. I mean, none can know the hour of the coming or going. Switch tracking with place Twitch with Rust. Is this a Play-Doh reference? Is it? I don't know. YantraWorks. I don't know. It could be, I guess. I don't like what is Play-Doh? I guess it's not. It's not intentionally. It is not intentionally a Play-Doh reference. There's no money in the world that would make me use Vulkan. It's very scary. Yeah, Vulkan is kind of scary. Although I feel like it's mostly with everything else where like Vulkan has a giant pile of initialization that's necessary. Thank you for the follow, Sharky Nebula, too. Thank you. It's a Pluto reference. It's a Pluto reference. It's a plutonium reference. It's a Pnuto reference, I think. I think probably I was getting the word Pluto and Play-Doh confused in my strange dream. Thank you for lurking, Gen Dude, by the way. I appreciate that. Let's do something here then. Let's do a little something. I think we got to do a little something. We can start at least by making it so at least it just updates when the game reloads, right? We can get that far. I think. So let's how do I actually run? So what we're doing right now is I'm just like requesting at load time. We're just like awaiting this, right? How do I actually just like use a future as a normal callback in Rust? How do I do that? Is that possible? To be honest, okay, I have to share perhaps a controversial opinion here. I have to share maybe a bit of a controversial opinion. I kind of don't like the whole async await thing. Is that just me? Is that just me? Maybe I'm just too much of a, you know, I'm too well, I don't even know what I am. But like I really just don't mind using callbacks. I just don't mind using callbacks very much. I think it's just fine. Like, I mean, and also like Haskell, like the whole thing, like it's basically like a monad-like thing, right? Like the async await thing is basically like converting like an explicit like bind syntax that you would do in like Haskell into like, I don't know if it's actually a monad, but like it's the same thing as do notation basically. It just feels like ugly. In every language I've used it in, it just feels ugly. I'm just like, just let me use a fucking callback, dude, and then I at least like have some. I don't like, yeah. I don't. It's a common opinion, isn't it? I have no idea what that means, but I'm mad. You have no idea. Yeah, so basically what it is instead of like, so for example, the way we do things in Lisp, or the way I have been doing things locally, right? The way I have been doing things over, like in this thing that we just wrote, for example, right? So let's look at bullfrog get here. This function bullfrog get, this fetches something from a remote API and then does something with the result. Obviously retrieving something from a remote API, you can't just be like, oh, wait until we get it and then do something with it, because you might, like, you know, that's like, I mean, you can do that in some instances, right? And that ultimately is what someone has to do, kind of. But like, you don't always want to just block and wait until you receive the thing. So what the common way you would do it, like in the past, I guess, is just have a callback, right? So like bullfrog get here takes a key and takes also a function k, and then whenever the thing gets received, it just passes it to the function, right? And that function can do whatever it wants, including call another get and pass it another callback, for example. And you can do whatever you want this way. Async await, the way async await works is it adds like an additional kind of like wrapper of syntax around this whole thing, where like instead of like, it basically removes having to explicitly write the callback, right? Like it's I don't know, it's kind of whack. I'm not a huge fan. What is Haskell used for? Well, Haskell is used for a bunch of stuff, actually. I mean, largely .edu type stuff, as someone says, but you can use Haskell in production for sure. I mean, we're using it on this stream. I wrote Haskell that was used in a software product for a number of years. Facebook uses it for spam detection internally, I think, too. And also Pandoc. Pandoc is also written in Haskell. That's probably some of the big Haskell use cases. You like async await, can you code? I'm sorry for insulting you personally. I'm sorry for sending a personal insult in your direction. I haven't done any async Rust yet. We're trying to avoid that maybe as much as possible. But I think it shouldn't be that bad. I think we just have a futures type object. There should be something here that just lets us, like, I don't know. We'll see. I wonder what version of GHC Facebook uses. Yes. Well, I wonder if they keep things updated. I mean, so in my experience, having to update GHC versions is one of the most, yeah, they preferred an older version. Yeah, where I was, we supported the 3 latest versions, which was hellish. Not many very people know Haskell, so maintaining it might be troublesome. Yeah. It's definitely harder to hire for. Welcome in Freedrill and Tayumisi, by the way. And also Tom Weil. I'm sorry, I'm missing everybody. Facebook keeping things updated lol. Yeah, so let's actually see what the fuck this is about. Can we actually evaluate? Seems it's a bit different in Haskell Rust world. Yeah, Haskell doesn't have like any like async await syntax. It's better than the callback help. I like callback help, but that's just how I like it a little bit. Haskell, I mean, I assume you can get async in some, but Haskell, you just like implement things like that in a library, so it's not so bad. Every CS major took a course that covered Haskell in my old uni. Yeah, the problem is also the Haskell that people learn in like a programming languages course, for example, at university, is like very far from like real Haskell. Haskell's also, yeah, I would rather they cover Haskell than Lisp, but yeah, you prefer actors. Yeah, actors are also, well, and actors are also kind of implementable in whatever context. Are you an Erlang fan, Tom Weil? Are you an Erlang or Elixir? Elixir's maybe more popular these days. I have not used Erlang that much, a little bit, a tiny little bit. and in Elixir even less. But I played around with it a little bit like back in like way back when it was like first happening. I prefer English. Yeah, very, very cool. Erlang is the bee's knees. Yeah, Erlang is really cool. I like Erlang a lot. Can you just mimic the callback pattern by having some code that awaits the result and calls your callback? Probably. We probably can. I guess I just don't know the semantics very well. I don't know the semantics of the whole thing very well. We can probably just see the docs on. I mean, await suspends the current function's execution, right? Can we? Because what I really want to do, right, is so the way this is currently, this blocks my main function. It blocks fake main on await, right? The behavior that I want is I want to run get store. I want to run get store without blocking and call a callback asynchronously when it finishes running. And I don't know if that's, maybe I do need like an executor to do that. We need executor Pokemon style in order to do that. Maybe that's possible, because I can imagine like, I don't know how the whole async model really works on WASM too. So I don't think we have multiple threads, right? Like, and I don't know anything about this in Rust basically. So we're gonna have to evaluate this. We're being told to read the async book. So let's actually look Rust async book. This is gonna be our first exercise. How to make this thing work with a callback. This is async standard. Do we have tasks? I mean, this is not what we're going to be doing here. This is useless for us. Maybe this is what we want. The future trait. What does future actually let us do? It'd be nice if future had like, well, we'll see. Do we have things here? Maybe I'm just missing something very obvious about what we actually want to do. What we actually want to do today. Well, like it'd be really nice if there was just like on futures like a dot and then like basically the monad thing, right? Like the we'll have to let's see here. Let's just look at the docs. Rust future. What can you do? We have a whole scheduling mechanism, right? This is kind of what you would expect. I just need to wait, no, I don't want to exit OBS. No, I don't want to exit OBS. Are you sure you wish to exit? No, I'm not sure. I was focused on OBS and tried to close the window. Excellent. Is this what we want? Detached head state. And then in futures. Future for the and then method. This might be just and then on something that return this is like mapping the thing inside of the future, I think. Maybe like okay, we're gonna Google more aggressively. Rust run callback on future. Welcome in, and okay guy 1 Andy. It's good to see you. How are you doing today? How's life for you? Forsen, thank you. This is the other way. Well, perhaps we can just I mean, the thing is an async function anyway. All the funny buttons, yes. Do we have info here? I hope we don't have to write like our own schedule. Like, I mean, like, really what we want is, I don't even know the behavior that we want correctly here. I don't even know what we, Rust run callback after future. Here's another question about something. We can use wasm bindgen futures to run a few. Oh, okay. This is what we want. We're using wasm bindgen futures. We're using this. This is what we're using. I think we might have gotten there. Is this the thing we want? It'll be scheduled to run in the background. We have a micro task tick. That sounds really scary. That sounds fucking scary as hell. We're gonna get there though. I think we're gonna get there. So is this what we need? If we say wasm bindgen futures, dot no, like so. Future spawn local, this kind of thing. This sort of creature, this sort of goblin. Can we run this future? It needs to be static. It needs to be static. Can't contain stack references. Maybe we get there. Maybe we get there. I mean, can we give this a whole like block? Can we give this a whole block type scenario? Is there a way to like say like, okay, this is an async block? What are you saying to me? It needs to be, oh, it resolves this, it's just the wrong type. Is there like an async block syntax? Or can we just give it a normal block? Or what do we say here? Like, can we give this, can we say, okay, this is an expression that resolves to a future? I don't know. I mean, we just give it this whole thing, right? If we just give it this whole thing. We're gaming like crazy. Welcome in Edward Urahara and also Mimiyu. Yeah, today we're gonna be gaming like crazy after we figure out how to do thing. After we figure out how to do thing that I have no idea how to do, because you know I'm just me. I'm just living that me lifestyle. Okay. Can it be like so? Can it be like so? Okay, maybe okay, let's do another thing. Let's just do like so, because this should be easier. Let's get test var. Let's see if our intuition holds up here in this context, because I sort of feel like this should do the right thing for us, right? This should maybe do the right thing for us. Potentially. And then if we just say get test var, that should return a future, right? Okay, maybe this works for us. Maybe we type check at least. We type check. And I say hi here. If we say hi here, we should see, I think we should probably see the hi print before rest prints, right? If this works ideally. And the thing we want is for this not to block. We want this not to block. So maybe that does something for us. Maybe that does a little something. Okay, we get high before rest. Okay, that's what we want. We want the thing to not be blocking. I think we got there. There's ModClonq. So we'll see if ModClonq makes an appearance. We might see a ModClonq appearance soon. It could happen. I'm not going to make any promises though, but it could happen. It could be the situation today. So that works. But the problem is, I think this is sort of limited. This is sort of limited because this needs to be a static future, right? Which means I don't think we can reference anything. I don't think we can reference anything because, like, for example, let's move this down a little bit. Let's move this down a little bit. We're going to be gaming. It might just take, you know how it goes around here sometimes. Let's make this take a reference to state. Which is like our game state struct, basically. I think if we pass and st here, this is going to break, right? Yeah, this is because st is not static, right? It's not static. Does the little window that pops up in the docs need to be configured for every language in the EL file? Yes, it does. ABC123. This window here. This is for LSP. So if I go to my config, LSP. Where are we? No, we're going to emacs.d lsp.el. So I have like a general LSP configuration that says, okay, for any language that has LSP, this is like show the thing here and make the docs show up. There's also I have like this rustic package that sets up some LSP stuff for Rust. But yeah, like it's different. You might notice that this doc thing is different from the doc thing that I get when I'm here, right? It shows up in the bottom versus the pop-up window. So it is sort of language specific. You could probably make it work out, but it's you can probably smooth over the differences. But for me, it's kind of a language specific scenario. Welcome in Chlorgal. Good to see you. Good to see you. So okay, I think this lets us only reference variables with a static lifetime, right? Can we actually make something have a static lifetime? Because like, can we say like leak? Does leak do this? Is this what leak does? then this may be chosen to be static. Yeah, this can make a thing static, right? This can turn a thing into a static reference to a thing, I think, right? Maybe. Arguments are incorrect. Oh, we need to give it a box. We need to give it a box. This needs to be a box. .leak. I was looking through your files because I wanted fun windows. Yeah, I mean, the specific package to look there for is LSP mode and LSP UI doc. I think this is the LSP UI is the package that has it. That has all the little gizmos. It has other things that I don't actually use, but like LSP UI doc is the pop-up window. Oh, of course. Yeah, we need to do it like this because this is like this. This is like this, of course. Okay, ST. Sure. Well, we need to change this because now ST should be an and mute state. Opinions on LSP bridge. I haven't used it. I don't even know what it is. LSP bridge Emacs. Let's see. A blazingly fast. Oh, this is like an alternative to both LSP mode and eglot. Is that the idea? I really need to check this out because I've tried to switch to eglot like 3 times, mostly out of dissatisfaction with my Haskell workflow, and I don't know. Ensuring Emacs never gets stuck. This seems extremely useful. Let's actually, okay, I'm gonna add this docket. This is personal. It is personal. And we want this. We want this type gamer. I'm so nervous my browser's gonna freeze every time it does that. Oh dear. It's written in Python? Cool. Well, either way, that seems essential. That seems really good. That might fix a lot of my complaints. Okay, we don't want a reference to a reference here. Can I say this is static? Can I say this is static? Requires that. How do we play the game? You can move around with WAS and deep pseudoname. There's not really much game. There's not really much game at the moment. It's mostly limited game. What are we complaining about now? Why are you afraid Firefox? Yeah, so this is not a specifically Firefox or EXWM issue. This is an issue with my GPU drivers. Long time listeners, first time callers might know. They might know that how do you say, my GPU drivers, I'm using a weird laptop for this, and sometimes when I click things, especially in the browser, the monitor just freezes and I have to do the rest of the stream from the OBS preview window. Where's the link? Oh, the link is, it's pinned. You probably can't see it on mobile. It's here. The kernel and drivers, I have not been able to debug what's happening yet. It's very strange because like it's just the monitor freezes, right? It's not like it like crashes. I can still like, because I'm just capturing the whole monitor from OBS, and so like the OBS still broadcasts the thing. Nothing changes from a stream perspective. Oh, game command, yeah, that'd be very good. Let's just put it in today. Colonq.computer. There we go. That should work. So I can't restart EXWM because OBS is running under EXWM. And I cannot, like, I have to, if I restart EXWM, I'm killing the stream, which has happened. And also, if I try and just X-render to like reset the monitor, once that happens, it crashes my entire X session. And I have to reboot in order to fix it. That is the idea. I'm assuming it's an NVIDIA. Yeah, it's using like one of the, it's a laptop, right? So it has like a discrete NVIDIA GPU, but it's like set up with like the NVIDIA Prime thing. So the GPU like has to be controlled by the integrated graphics too. So I have like a weird setup to make that happen. I had to do like, I would normally just be like, yeah, fuck NVIDIA. I'm just using the integrated graphics. It's not like we're like gaming super hard here, but it's you cannot output from the external monitor unless you set up NVIDIA Prime. Like the HDMI port just doesn't work. So yeah, that's really cool of them. NVIDIA rules. Yeah. HROC said, is HROC worked for NVIDIA, right? Something like that. I don't know. It's it seems like something else. Not the best, not ideal.
First blood.
Welcome mode 2 _. Good to see you. Good to see you. So how are we fucked here? In what manner are we just totally royally fucked up now? If I do this box thing, does this work? Does this work? You work? You work? Yeah, you work. So why can we not get spawn local? Why can we not use spawn local now? What are you complaining about? The future must be static because it will be scheduled to run in the background. It cannot contain any stack references. Okay. Well, I mean, this should now be living on the heap, right? We've just claimed that the ST lives on the heap independent of any shenanigans, right? Like ST should not be a stack reference. If we pass in this, it's a reference to the heap that we have guaranteed is never going to be freed. Which is fine. You can also give something a static lifetime with stat. Yeah, we're doing that here, right? So we're saying here what leak does, right? So box is how you put something on the heap in Rust. Box is like basically malloc, right? You're creating a heap allocation and you're saying, okay, that's where this data lives. And what leak does is it converts something. I think this is also, I'm not a Rust pro. I'm just like I'm a casual user, right? What leak does is it says, okay, we're not going to free this, right? We're intentionally leaking this memory, which is fine if it's something that exists for the whole lifetime of your program, right? Like if it's going to be allocated the whole time anyway, why worry about it? And it said the docs specify that this can be chosen to be, if the type only has static references, this can be chosen to be static. Is this not happening correctly? Like, can I pass in like this? Is this gonna break? Like so? Does that work? No, it doesn't work. Oh no, you know what's happening here? This is just complaining that we're using this, we're passing this reference somewhere else. Yeah. Do we need to like put this in like an RC or something? I don't know. Based on what limited info we have, it seems NVIDIA will be using the same silicon for its AIs and GPU products going forward. And the AI products are just so much more profitable than GPUs. Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. Yeah, I wonder, are we at the stage? I haven't followed like AI hardware very closely. Are we at the stage where there is like specialized AI hardware? Like I mean, beyond just like GPUs that are like fancier, right? Beyond just like fancier GPU type things. Like using GPUs for neural compute. Yeah, I would imagine like there's like some kind of potential for like ASICs there, right? Have people started like doing that? Or like, I think that's a thing. I think I've seen GeoHots talk about that or something. Oh god, there's been specialized AI hardware for a while now. NVIDIA just released what? Yeah, but look, like what NVIDIA is releasing, is that really specialized, or is it just like GPUs but like with a different name, right? Thank you, Connie and Joy. Thank you so much for the resub. Thank you for 2 months. Really appreciate that. You're back alive and kicking. I'm glad to hear it. You love to see it. So if we just turn off the whole event loop, right? If we just remove this for now, right? Because this is no longer this is a borrow problem. This does work, right? This does work. It's ARM-based stuff. Interesting. Some people are fine-tuning LLM to get AI chatbot on their phone. Yeah, I was able to run a very convincing chatbot on my computer with no GPU at all. Just with like CPU and llama.cpp, like, and just doing it all. Like it ran at performance that was good enough for me to have a conversation with it, which was kind of sick. I thought the philosophy of NVIDIA CEO was to use FPGA to try and speed up development of ASIC, from what I heard. I mean, that's kind of a standard. Well, I don't know. Again, I'm pretending to know things. I mean, you have to take this with a grain of salt. I don't know anything. I know a little bit of VHDL basically. I don't know shit. Isn't VRAM also the main limit? I think it's the limiting factor for AI on a GPU, right? I mean, you can imagine solutions that don't use a GPU, I guess. Well, I don't know. I don't know anything. Welcome to Moster JPEG. It's good to see you, my friend. How are you doing? It's all very interesting, though. It's all very interesting. So if we load this, it shouldn't render anything, but it should print this, right? It should print this. And so what we want now is we need to figure out how to make this line up in such a way that we're not, like, the borrow checker is happy with us. Got to work some more. Well, good luck, Emoster JPEG. Good luck. Are you still working on that video? Hope streaming's going well. It's going great, I think. We're having a fun time. We're having a wonderful time. We're trying to solve how Rust does things. How Rust does various things. I expect the reason that Intel got back into GPUs was to see it as the route to being able to produce AI hardware. The vid all done. Hell yeah. I like your funny words, Matt. You use memristors to put neural memory adjacent to the arithmetic. Yeah. I don't know anything about that, but that sounds... I remember hearing about memristors in like 2014 or 2015 maybe. When I was in high school, I remember seeing memristor stuff in like some magazine. I was like, whoa, that sounds crazy. Maybe I'll learn about that one day. And then I never did. So rip Bozo. Rip Bozo. Not a daily driver material, but I'm pumped too. Asahi Linux, yeah, hell, I've been meaning, because like that's kind of the nice platform for doing like local model stuff, right? Because on the Apple Silicon isn't like it's merged, like there's no distinction between VRAM and normal RAM, right? Is this the idea? You can just like buy an Apple, like you can get more effective VRAM than you could on any other machine, right? I've been waiting. Do they have good M2 support yet? When I checked like a few months ago, the Apple Asahi was like, oh, we work well on M1. We're not like an M2. We're not M2 enjoyers yet, but like you can try it out maybe. And I was like, well, do I really want to buy like a $6,000 laptop and be, well, you know, I don't know. But it'd be fun. It'd be a lot of fun. One day we'll get there. So let's uncomment this. Let's see where the fuck we're going. Okay. So what is the complaint here? What is the complaint here? So probably the issue here is that we're trying to use ST. We're moving this here. Can't move out of ST because it's borrowed. And this requires that it's okay. Yeah. So how do we unfuck this? How do we unfuck this? Taking suggestions on how to unfuck this. I mean, probably the thing we can do is just like can we give up? Are we allowed to give up? Like if we put this in an RC, is that a thing that we can do? I don't know if that's a sensible thing to do, or if it's even a useful thing to do. But I'm happy to give up. I'm always happy to give up. If only there was a framework like Mac, or unless you need to fix it. Yeah, a framework. You mean like the framework laptop? Yes. Oh god. Oh yeah. I kind of want one of those. I've been putting off the urge to buy one for a while, but I kind of want one. I keep having network. Are you running Asahi on M2 right now, Mickey Noon? Very interesting. Please. Well, I might have some questions for you in the future. That seems exciting. The waves would typically be stored far away in RAM, are physically on top of the ALU that sums them. I see. I would never buy an Apple product. Hate them as a company with all their anti-repair stuff. Yeah, it does suck. I don't really like the whole Apple ethos, I guess. I'm not a huge fan of like the aesthetic. I'm not a fan of like the whole situation there. I think it's well, I don't know. It's kind of mid. It's a little bit mid. Not the most enthusiastic about that. So what are we fucking up here? What are we fucking up here? I mean, obviously the thing we're fucking up here is that this is kind of a bad error message, I think. Can we get a better error if we look at the console? Can we see a better thing? Move out of ST. Like this makes me think like, okay, we're borrowing. Oh yeah, I guess it shows this because ST is only a reference and like borrow means reference, right? So we have I'm just confused by why it prints this way. And then this is you move out of ST. So we're moving the reference, like we're literally moving the reference, right? That's understandable. Too many computers already. What is this? What is this company? What is this place? Oh, this looks sick. Oh, these look really sick. Holy cow. These look awesome. Love that. Yeah, I mean that's the constant problem, right? Just too much shit already. I got too many ThinkPads lying around. Yeah, those are very slick though. I like the design a lot there. This is the part of Rust I can never get right. Yeah, this is an occurrence that like I've been building up my intuition for situations like this, and I'm trying to determine what the best thing is here to do. Is what's the behavior that we want, right? Like the behavior that we want is maybe not possible, right? Because like fundamentally what we want is to have multiple mutable references to the same thing, right? So it sounds like we might need like do we need to like put this in like a mutex or something? Is that what we need to do here? I'm starting to think that's maybe the play. But we'll see, I guess. I think we'll see. Is there a leak on? Okay, let's comment this out. Let's grab this. Let's try and do some fuckery. Let's try and do some fuckery. So what's a common pattern we could do here, right? Can we put this in mutex? Can we put this in a mutex? I don't know if that's something we even need. Is this multi-threaded? Yeah, I mean it's not. I mean if you mutex in single-threaded code, yeah, that's the question, right? Does it play well with async? I would assume. I don't think we're multi-threaded, right? I don't think we're like so what's the behavior we actually want? The behavior we actually want is we want to have multiple mutable references to the state, right? We want to have a mutable reference to the state from within get test var. We want this to be we'll start with a non-mutable reference for now. We'll start with that. We'll be happy with that if we can get there, right? Because if it's non, we can get away with like some internal thing, right? Welcome in Nick's Crage too. Good to see you. How are you doing, my friend? And we also want to be able to mutate state here, right? We want to be able to mutate state from within get test var, and also to mutate state from within event loop run, right? So what is our path to victory? What is our path to victory? I feel like this is not like a mutex is not inherently incompatible with async, right? I think it's sort of like it sort of still makes sense even if you are just like running on one thread and just like task switching between things. There's also ref cell, yeah. Hello, Leah T Codes. People know Leah T Codes. Leah T Codes is doing some very interesting stuff on twitch.tv. You should totally check out my good friend Leah T Codes. Just check out those streams. Check out what's happening over there. Let me do the shout out. Let me do the thing. How are you doing today, Leah? Hi. We're building a little game. We're building a little game. It's in the pinned message, and we're trying to well, at least nominally we're live updating the game, right? And we're trying to figure out some rust fuckery right now. That's our current little side quest. We're trying to figure out why exactly the thing is not the way that we want. Arc mutex is, yeah, that's the usual pattern I go with, right? Like the arc mutex thing. What's the rust fuckery? So basically we're using WASM and WASM bindgen futures to make an HTTP request, and we're trying to run that request asynchronously, which we can do with spawn local, and also make it so that the result of that request can mutate our state. So let's do the thing. Let's do where is arc located? Oh fuck it. I'll just, you know what? We'll do this. New mutex new. Okay. There's our state. And we will just pass it the whole thing. We should pass it st.clone. And this should take, well, let's just do this. You know what, we're gonna import these because I'm gonna type them a bunch. We're gonna import them because I don't want to do this. This seems like hell. And I mean, yes, if we want to do this eventually, we're gonna want to do wrap this in some nice little type, and like you know how it goes. I think we want to clone this, right? You can clone an arc, right? Because that's just saying, okay, take another. You can have multiple references to the thing. I'm fairly low on Discord, by the way. You helped me with a similar sort of issue a few days ago. Oh, I'm glad, Nidolon. I'm glad. I always just dump an AMT equals arch. Aha, yes. I mean, that's probably a thing to do. But I'm a noob. You know, I'm a noob. I don't know all the pro tips just yet. Using futures, you're probably using an async mutex rather than the standard one. That's also a good idea. If I say, is there a thing we can do here? If I get a mutex, where do I get? These are the tips that I need, right? Well, if I say wasm bindgen futures mutex, maybe that'll give us an idea for the thing that we want to use. Maybe that, or let's also just say rust async mutex. Maybe that's better. Async mutex. Async standard mutex. Do we need async standard? Does this work on wasm? Does this work for us? Let's try it out. Is this actually a real library? This is like a real thing. Probably. Let's go to our cargo.toml. And let's say, okay, async standard equals whatever. It's a real thing. Yes, excellent. Colonq hot tips. Yeah, okay. This is gonna freeze my whole computer because it's gonna download a bunch of shit. Tokyo are basically, yeah, so the issue is we're on like a weird async runtime, Mixcrage. We're on wasm, right? We're on wasm bindgen, and I don't know how that interacts with the rest of the async kind of infrastructure. What are we complaining about now? Are we actually just complaining about my code? Yeah, very good. Can we load this? Can we load this, please? Basically the two async, yeah, I'm reading the same things. Rust is just so confusing for me, lol. Well, yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot. Can we load mutex? I'm trying to like pop up code action. Do you have a fancy proc macro on your main function to make it async? No, I don't. I just have I'm just spawn localing main with wasm bindgen futures on fake main, which is async. That is the idea. And we're trying to use the same thing in other contexts, basically. Well, I could be doing this entirely wrong, but you know, we'll never know. We'll never know. Can we still use arc? We can still use arc. That seems sensible, right? Arc has no difference in how arc behaves. Arc doesn't give a shit about. That's just for. Well, that's a separate thing entirely. It's a separate thing entirely. You should just be able to run async standard as your runtime and use the futures you get from wasm bindgen futures. Maybe. That's Rust async standard wasm. Is that what we want? Browser wasm support. This is in 2019.
You got both powers.
Thank you for boosting, LG. Welcome in. Standard instant now panics in wasm. Understandable. Be available in 1.6. Well, apparently there's bullshit, I guess, but maybe it works. Maybe it works. We're gonna try. We will certainly fucking try. What is broken? What is broken now? Let's just, if we just clone this, right? This is something you have to do sometimes when you're like moving these things, right? If I just say st1 equals st.clone, again, I don't know like good idioms in Rust. I'm still kind of floundering around a little bit. If we say this, it's complete. Yeah, of course, right? That makes sense. There's no unwrap found for. Is this just? Do we not have to unwrap this? How do we get? This is a guard, right? Can we use this as a reference though? Or do I have to? Do I have to do other shit? If I say ref, what is this? Wrong. Add this at the start. Not be dereferenced. Excellent. Well, we'll evaluate this. This is fundamental. Like if this was a normal mutex, this would just be a locked on wrap, right? Fundamentally, this is what we want. I think. Let's see. Rust async standard mutex. We're googling. We're duck going. Okay. Oh, we have to await the thing? I guess that makes sense. I guess that's sensible. Main.rs. Welcome in, Geets. Good to see you. Good to see you. How are you doing? Google. Yeah, go ogle. Yeah. 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 Let's if we await these, if we await those, are we not in a sync function? Can we not give this an async function? We probably can't, right? We probably cannot. That's probably fucked. Async closures are unstable. Can you use an async block? Tell me what to do, computer. Tell me what to do. Very nice. Is this what we can do? Is that what we can do? Can we do that? Expected unit type found async block. Well, I mean, we just want to block. We just want to await the whole thing, right? Can we say this? Can we say that? No, we can't. Maybe. When we can't await it either because. Well, now this is interesting. Now we're getting a little interesting here. Do we just want? What is the event loop from? This is from winit. This is from winit. I think this wants to eat our whole thread, right? This is kind of a fundamentally not async type thing. So maybe we need to be more clever about this. Let's actually just Google. Let's Google again. We'll aggressively Google winit event loop async integration with the async ecosystem. Pepe, please open. Yeah, open since 2019. Chef's kiss. Yes. Yeah, you gotta love it. And we got a long ass thread here. We got a long ass thread. Someone naively implemented this. So we got a naive implementation here. I want less async in my shit. I don't want more. I want less, not more. Let's how do I make it less? We're gonna reevaluate things for a second. We're gonna reevaluate what's going on. If I just use what if we just use a like how badly are we gonna be fucked if we just use a normal mutex? Right? How bad does that fuck us? I'm trying to think of like because I mean like the difference here, like, or maybe our async thing just doesn't. Yeah, worst case we lock, right? Worst case we lock. Let's try it. Let's try it. Let's see if we get fucked by that. Because I'm having a difficult time visualizing the exact consequences, and I want to see what they are. I want to see exactly how badly we're fucked. Hello, Rua. Good to see you. How are you doing, Rua, my friend? Let's shout out friend Rua, who's been doing some excellent reading streams lately. You love to see the reading streams on Twitch. Really can't beat those. I like when people read the book. Found mutex guard state. Sure, we can get there on this. We can get there on this one though. Can we dereference this? Found state. Sure. Let's what is fucking us here? Well, this is because we're passing a specific, like, I mean, these won't work. I think this will work because it's like if we say st1.lock.unwrap. My first interaction with async in C# in general was locking up my first thread using a mutex. Very nice. I'm sure we'll have the ability to have some fun here as well. And st1 st1.lock.unwrap is just it's a mutex guard, right? And I mean, we can't in general just convert it to Well, I guess we can try something. We can try some things. Let's, oh, I'm fucking up our syntax here entirely, because these are just the only expression here. Let's see. Let's see. Are we fucked other ways? Are we fucked 3 ways from Sunday here? Let's do this. Let's do this. Okay, this builds. Hopefully. This does build. We have a building situation. Can we refresh the page? Okay, excellent. And this does print high before rest. We won't be able to move, obviously, because we unbound our keys. Wild mod Colonq Joel. This is, I'm seeing old messages because it doesn't scroll. What if we Google modify state in async context and just use what pops up? Well, the problem is, Zully3, the problem is that we are in a bizarre... It might work if we just take a reference also. Welcome in Chaotic Quixotic, too. If we just take a reference here... Let's actually do this so that we can comment this out a little more easily in the future. Maybe, no, we have bad syntax. Oh, nice. Cool. It just works. It just works. It just fucking works. Welcome Spooksy, too. Big shout outs to Spooksy, who actually knows how to develop video games. Unlike me, who only knows how to pretend to develop video games online for clout. I only know how to develop something negative, I think. But Spooksy VT making cool games. Okay, we can walk around again. This works. The problem is, if we try and do something more complex with the state, are we going to get fucked? If we try and lock the state and write it inside of this thing, is it going to just destroy us? Is it going to destroy our balls? I think I'm sort of inclined to believe that it might. I'm starting to believe that it might cause major issues for us. We're all just pretending but don't tell anybody. Yeah, I mean, that's how it is sometimes. If we lock you and we unwrap you and we what can we set on you? If we set lighting, what if we set lighting? What is the lighting set to currently? What is the lighting set to currently? We need context for this too. Fuck. Well, context should be immutable. Context should be immutable. So if maybe with context we can do our little trick. They call this the Clonkhead's trick. We're naming it the Clonkhead's trick now because I found out about this the other day and it seems cool. But I don't think it's the right thing to do in this situation even. But we might just have to do it. We might just have to do it. I don't know. We're gonna have to be brave potentially. So what is anything else broken about this? Is this broken? Do you work if we do that? Okay, I think we do. I think we're there. I'm gonna watch on this account. Hello, CBT Captain. Geyser counter initialized. We're all pretending because we want to be cool so bad. Yeah, Hank Hill here. Fuck yeah. I love King of the Hill. King of the Hill's great. Solid television show. It's on Firefox, not on Chrome. I see. I mean, the thinking creature's choice, I think. If we pass you context, do we get fucked? Am I gonna get messed up here? No, it's for the same reason, because we're doing this. Understandable. So we this is the exact same situation. I thought maybe because we're not mutating context, maybe we can get away with some shit. Maybe we can get away with some shit. Maybe we can. Can we get away with some shit? Can we just have a thing read a mutable reference to context? Not sorry, an immutable reference to context, because we're moving. I guess it's because this is a move type closure. My docs are also fucked up. Like, I wish, is there a way to selectively do this? Right? Like, can I just clone a reference? Like, how do you... If I just say equals context, right? If I say equals context here, selectively move versus borrow things you're capturing in a closure. Is that a thing? I don't even know what the fuck I'm doing. I'm just fucking around at the moment. But we're gonna experiment with this a little bit. We're gonna experiment with this. Let's see. If I change it like so. If I change all instances of this to context 1, Because I think we're moving the variable context in here, but context is just a reference, right? The variable context is just a reference to like our static lifetime heap allocated thingy, right? So like, are we fucked up? Oh yes, of course. That makes sense. That makes sense. If we do this, we're still fucked. We're still fucked. I mean, we're as fucked as we ever were. Thank you for throwing a brick at me. I need that. I need that. I need brick action. Let's I mean, that doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense. I mean, we're just moving out of... I think we do want to clone this, right? Can we clone a reference? Can we clone... Rust clone reference. Can we do this? Is this a thing that we can do? Or is this just not sensible? Have we moved far beyond... Have we moved far beyond... okay. The reference primitive type implements clone in Rust. It turns out that's not... When you call... We have an auto deref situation. This could be what's happening. This could be what's happening. How do we do this? How do we do this? Do we just need to give a type signature here? Do we just need to say and context? Something sus is happening here, Colonq. There's a sus situation. This is a mutable reference. This shouldn't be a mutable reference. We want this to be not an immutable reference. Can we demote the mutable reference to an immutable reference? To a normal reference? That's what we want. Okay, that works. Wait, it just fucking works. It just fucking works, bros. Let's go. Nice. Let's see if it actually fucking works. Does it actually work? I mean, this is probably horrible to do, but like, this is, I mean, maybe it actually is a thing that is great. Maybe it's great for us. Can we not move? We can't move. Well, that's fucked. We blocked the whole thread. Yeah, there's deadlock. There's deadlock. We got a deadlock scenario. Like, you can't... Should have just used OCaml from the beginning. You OCaml. I would use Haskell, but like, you know, we want this to actually... Does OCaml have WASM? Is there an OCaml WASM backend? I mean, I assume there is. It depends on what state of... how mature it is, I guess. But, yeah. I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one, really. Let's, we can compile to JavaScript. I guess that works. I guess that works for us. We could get something into a browser. At that point, I would just use PureScript or something. I would just use PureScript. That, I mean, have you seen Neo Haskell? I don't think I have. Ported to PureScript. I mean, so the original iteration of this that I literally stole the dungeon generation code from, you might notice there's an oubliette PS folder here. That I wrote a few months ago, and this is just basically a similar thing, but not 3D in PureScript. But I've been stealing code from over there lately. We've been yoinking as much as possible over there. Let's see. So I think probably we're running into some mutex scenarios here, and I'm not quite sure what to do about that. I think it's possible that we might be running into some mutex scenarios. So I wonder if there's another way to do this that is not hell. Another thing to do potentially is just to manually work with the future, right? We can pull futures, right? That's a thing. That's like the basic thing you can do with a future is to pull it, right? So like we already have like an event loop running. So maybe we just stop fucking with all of this. Maybe we just undo the last half hour, stop fucking with this, and manually pull. Honestly, unsafe. I don't think. I mean, we already solved our reference issues, right? We're good, right? This compiles and builds. Now we're running into the consequences of our actions, right? We've expressed our actions clearly. Our actions have been expressed. I think all the reference stuff, we got there. I think the issue now is the thing that we intended to express has been expressed, but that thing is fucking us. That thing is not the correct thing, because I think we're running into scenarios where we're blocking, waiting for the requests to happen. Maybe. Like it'd be more obvious to observe. Yeah, like I can't move here until the response actually comes in. Presumably because, I don't even know why that's happening because, well, either way. Well, fuck this. Basically, fuck this. Let's go. Let's Control Z a bunch. Let's spam Control Z. Welcome in Goofy System. Thank you for boosting. Thank you for exclamation point boosting. We're going to remove this, delete this, which is probably going to cause some kind of big scary rebuild as the versions flow and change beneath our fingertips. And then time to delve into pin. Yeah, pin sounds, every time I see pin happen, I never really understand what's going on. Nix Craig, you're not authorized. Let's fix that. Sorry. We have a system, you know, to keep people from just like, you understand. But I'll add you to the whitelist. Normally it's based on boosts. But we're whitelisting quite a lot of people now. So try again, it should work. Let's just comment this out for now. Let's delete all of this horseshit. Let's simplify once again. Simplify. Welcome in Panis if I didn't say so. Apologies. I haven't been on the ball today. I've been falling off the ball a little bit today, I have to confess. We got a lot of boosters. Safer Q as well. Welcome in. And Nix Craig, thank you for boosting. What is this video? What is this video we got here? Java 8 Lambda Basics Introduction. Are we on? Is it playing? I think it is. I think so. Yeah, there's a person. I see a person. Person spotted. Flesh identified. Let's see. Okay, we're gonna comment this out for now. We're gonna fix our shit here. We're gonna remove all the locking, all the unwrapping, all of the fancy treats that have been brought to us. Let's get rid of those. Let's get rid of all of those. There we go. And we delete all of these fuckers. Let's see. We can do a little block selection here. Ooh hoo hoo. Ooh hoo hoo. We love Java so much. We love Java, bros. Java's not the worst. I'm trying to save a region instead of the file. I should really disable that whole behavior. Cannot borrow ST as oh, we need to make ST mutable. Oh, of course. Okay, I think we're back to baseline. We're back to baseline. Alternative approach necessary. Alternative approach. Manually pull the future. We're going back in time. We're going to ancient times. So now we look. Let's look at a thing. I'm scrolling. I'm way scrolled up. Rust future. Rust future. The language of the future. We can pull. We have a pin situation that has to be. We have to be pinned. This is why you mentioned pin. I just didn't understand. I did not understand what was in store for me just yet. Futures are inert. They must actively be pulled. Welcome in HROO Kami. Hell yeah. Welcome in. How is it going, my friend? How's it going? Let's shout out the Raider. Let's shout out the Raiders. How are you doing? What were you up to today? I'm sorry, I don't have like the funny little bot that like tells me what people are doing. It's probably trying to play your clip, but it's impossible to actually make out what's going. Is this a fighting game? Is this combat? We have some kind of fight to the death here. Hello, well, welcome Raiders, by the way. Good to see you. I hope you're, we're making a game today. We're gaming. We're getting to gaming, basically. I'll wait for you to actually show up because I know it takes a while for the thing to load before I rant more about that. So what does pin do? What does pin do? Pins its value in place, preventing it from being moved unless it implements unpin. Okay, that's sensible, I think. That's sort of a thing that makes sense. Pin and suffering. Amos has a pretty good article on this. Oh god. Yeah, sure. Don't block. The futures do nothing unless pulled. You need to pin a future before you can pull it. Okay. Okay, well,
First blood.
thank you for the follow, Necto Nizvesnich. I thank you so much for coming around. I'm sorry I probably said that in the wrong way, but please let me know if I can say it in the right way. Today I was in Godot. Continue with overlay stuff. Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. You love to see it. You love to see it. Intense funny button, not clicking that again. Yeah. Let's do this, I guess. Let's make this happen. Let's try and see if we can make one HTTP request happen. Can we make that happen? I think we can. I believe in us. I really believe in us. Let's so here's our future. Here is our future. Here is our future. This is the future. I can delete all this. I don't know why I still have this here either. Get rid of that. Be gone. Be gone. It's time to do what the yes, it's time to implement WINIT underscore async in a manner. Well, let's actually see if we can yoink first. I like yoinking. Welcome in DJ Kawaii Fieri too. Thank you for lurking and for boosting also. Can I shout out DJ, my friend DJ? We've been vibing. We've been vibing out here. Big shout outs to DJ. Let's see. WINIT async. Is this a crate that exists that is easy for us to use? Here we go. It's version 0. That seems scary. Async WINIT. Use WINIT like the async runtime you've always wanted. It uses an event loop to handle events. Yes, that would be a sensible thing. Friend, friend. Yeah, I like being friends on here. Majod, it doesn't. I gotta authorize you, Majod. You gotta. I trust you implicitly, Majod. So like you get permissions. Don't abuse my trust, but I trust that you never would. Majod underscore. What is this? We got dictator moment guide to ruining Eastern Europe tutorial. Sounds like a plan. Let's see. I heard mahjong. No, God no. We will never play the devil's game. The devil's tiles. Do you work? Do you work with us? You can say async. We can say block on. We can say block on. We can loop. It seems like a lot. This is like using this for all of like. This is using async for like fucking everything. This is using async for fucking everything. I don't want all this. I don't want all this. You know what? This is just gonna confuse us more. This is just gonna cause fucking problems. Much easier to read and understand. What the fuck do you? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Just passing a single callback that takes the event and then dispatches based on the event is harder than no. Fuck that. Have you tried C++ coroutines? I have not. I have not. I have not used much C++ lately, honestly. And when I last did, I don't even know if coroutines existed. Well, I don't know. I think C++ is fine. It's fine. It's not as bad as people say it is. But like this, saying this is nicer than this is that's cap. I would say that is cap in my mind. But I don't know about that. People are just afraid of nesting. I don't know. So we're just gonna pull this shit manually. I don't care. Let's do this. Let's just do this. Okay. If we say, how do we pin this? C++ is fine. Everyone is on board with using all the modern features. Know how to avoid the fuka. Yeah, there's two types. Basically, everyone has to agree. Everyone has to agree on what's going on. Because it's fine if you use it with all of the the fanciness, and you basically need to pick a subset of C++ and have everyone use the same subset. Because it's fine if it's just like C with a little bit of classes on top, and it's fine when it's like the full-blown suit, smart pointer thing, but it's not fine if you mix the two. If you mix the two, it's that's really scary. That's really scary when one half of your code base is like, yeah. What are we saying here? How do we pin? How do we pin a future? How do we pin a future? We're gonna Google that too. We'll get away with it. Rust pin future. Tell me. Pinning. How do we pin? Has so much shit in it. Everyone writes it in a completely different way. Absolutely no consistency. Yeah, that is the problem. So ugly I couldn't concentrate when reading it and got user CSS. CPP reference is ugly as sin. Yes, well, who knows? There probably are like local versions of that, right? Like I assume you can read that from Emacs or whatever. I hope so. You probably can. Let's pinning in detail, blah 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 blah. This is polling something. How do we pin? How do we pin? How do we pin? Just tell me how to fucking pin the thing. I don't care how it works. I don't care about the details. I'm currently doing CS50. I'm on week 1 trying to learn C. Man, it's so overwhelming. Welcome in True Nemesis _TK. First of all, well, I don't know. I wish you good luck, right? I can't offer much concrete support other than I know you can do it. You know, you can totally do it. The thing to remember, like it's not like studying some like natural system, right? Programming it's tools made by people, right? And if you can understand, it's made for you to understand. You just gotta wrap your head around it. How do we pinning in practice? Pinning on the stack. Pinning to the stack. Pinning to the heap. Can we pin you? Pin you? Go. It's now pretty for me. Got a custom dark mode going. Oh, very nice. Very nice. Also, what is CS50? Is this like is this a course at your university, or is this a course like an online type of thing? Is it an online type of thing? Okay. Do we need to? I don't know what the fuck we need to do here. What needs to occur here? It's Harvard's computer science intro. It's free online. Oh, sick. Very cool. Pin you. Yeah, we're pin free mods. Pin free drills message. New unchecked. Okay, we can. I don't know if we want to pin a future. We're not talking a lot about pinning a future. Welcome, get push, get paid. Hell yeah. Get push __ get paid. Hell yeah, my friend. Hell yeah. We love to see that. Can we do this? Can we do this? Well, let's just try and pull the fucking thing and see where it complains to us. Let's just do this. True Nemesis T. Oh, also, are you True Nemesis? Are you a Magic player? Maybe you're not. Maybe I'm capping here. Maybe we're capping. When I see True Nemesis, I think true name Nemesis. I think a true name Nemesis situation. Oh no. Well, I just humiliate myself. That's okay. I'm allowed to do that. We probably need to import some trait that makes this have pull, right? What type is this? Your type. What do you return even? You return option. Well, you're an async function, so it's a future with output equals. Oh, Colonq. What a disaster for us. Can we get something? Can we get this? Thank you for boosting HRO Okami. I really appreciate that. Let's remove the whole use item. Future.pull. Can we see you? No method found on pin. Yes, we need to pin this. We need to pin the future. Okay, understandable. Can we say let pin equals standard pin and mute future? Is that what we do? Oh, we got to give it new. We got to say new. We need a new situation. Box pin is probably, yeah, that's probably the thing, right? Because it said you need unsafe to pin to the stack. Okay. Pin.pull. Do we need to do the whole situation? This is pin box. It seems so magical to me. Like, you probably want a custom mutex that yields. Yeah, we've abandoned it, Zully 3. We've abandoned anything. We're running synchronous code, baby. We're just gonna fucking like pull the futures every time. We're not doing anything. We're abandoning multi-threading. We're abandoning locks. We're abandoning async. All we're doing is fucking polling now. Hopefully, ideally, eventually, maybe we'll get there. So how are you fucked up now? In what manner are you fucked now? Let's can we actually do this? Like, can I just say standard? Yeah, we already have like a synchronous loop here, right? So we're just gonna hopefully make something work along those lines. And then maybe if we give the thing a mutex, maybe maybe we're fine. Maybe we're still fine. Maybe that's a sensible thing for us to do still. If we give it a if this is only if poll is happening at a predictable time and we have like, I don't know, what would I do without my beloved state monad? Exactly, Small Knight, exactly. But like, I mean, of course, we kind of have the implicit state monad that lives everywhere here. We kind of have the implicit IO, like that's like my mental model of Rust. It's just like, yeah, you're just always in a big IO monad, and like all mutable variables are IO refs, right? Like that's sort of the idea, right? You just have a bunch of IO refs everywhere. OCaml is the way then. Maybe. I think Haskell is the way. Haskell wants you to succeed. Haskell wants you to be your best self. Rust wants you to be something. Rust is good though. I still like Rust. Is the problem here that we have this thing in a box? Is the problem that there's a box inside of the thing? That seems like potentially the problem. How do we make that not happen? Can we call it like so? Can we call this like so? An argument of type task context is missing. Can I have a hole here? You can use unsafe pin unchecked future then. Yeah, we'll do that. We're going unsafe mode. That's fine. That's okay. Standard pin new on. What is this not checking? What are we not checking here? It may or may not implement unpin. Pin new if it dereferences an unpin type. Why is the future not unpin if we want to pin the future? We cannot guarantee that the data pointed to by pointer is pinned, meaning the data will not be moved or its storage invalidated until it gets dropped. Okay, should be fine. It's one of those things. Okay, yeah, it's probably one of those. It's one of those kind of things. That's okay. We'll cope with that. Now do we just need an argument here? We're missing the standard task context. The future is unpinned. What is the fucking task context? The context, all it serves is to provide access to a waker, which can be used to wake the current task. What the Okay. Ideally, we want to do as little of this as possible. We want to do as little of this as possible. So poll, what does poll do? It can handle up waking up the current task. The current task is scheduled to be woken up when it's possible to make. So basically, we want a waker that does nothing. We want a waker that does nothing. We want a waker that just ignores this. Because we're going to be polling this shit at a fixed rate. We're polling this once every fucking frame, baby. We're not worried about it. I remember seeing a paper where they said they used task because they wanted the code in the paper to be widely accessed. Yeah, there was a thing going on Twitter lately. It was the other day where it was like, yeah, hardware people think that C is a high-level language, right? Functional programmers think C is a low-level language and Haskell is a high-level language. And programming language researchers think Haskell is a low-level language, right? This is that's the idea. It's a funny thing because it's so true, right? It is really true at the end of the day, right? Haskell, it's like you're making so many concessions to practicality in Haskell, right? You have fucking IO in your language. What are you doing, right? You have unbounded recursion in your language. Don't you know that makes don't you know about Girard's paradox? Don't you know that having fixed unbounded, well, no, this is all kinds of, you have type in type is a type in your language. Don't you know about Girard's paradox? You have, your language isn't even a sound logic. Active users stay winning. Yes, the true cockheads, the true cock gamers stay out here winning nonstop. C is a high level. True programmers program with a steady hand and a magnetic needle, and that's why you use MX butterfly, baby. Okay, it returns. Okay, is there a context that we can get that is fucking free? Create a new context from a waker. Is there a waker that we can get that is free? Is there a context that we can get that's fucking free? I passed all my bachelor's comp sci theory classes, and yeah, this is all this stuff that, well, I mean, it depends on what you're talking about, right? Like, computer science is so broad, right? Like I mean, if you're talking about the programming languages stuff, I mean, it's just a subdomain, right? It's a niche little field, right? And if you're talking about this stuff, this is just hell Rust things. How do we get one of these? Create a new Waker that does nothing. Okay, hell yeah, but it's nightly only. Thank you. Mostly useful for writing tests. Well, we're going to be using it for writing good stuff. Do we actually have this? Are we on the right nightly for this? Let's see. If we're not, we're going to yoink it. If not, we're gonna have to yoink it. Just go. Yeah, that's what we'll do. If we need to, let context equals standard sync. Is this called? What is this called? What are you fucking called? Standard task context. Oh ho ho, fancy. Context from Waker. Standard task Waker. Nope. I don't think we have nope, bros. I don't think we have nope. So we're gonna have to do this by hand. We're gonna have to do it by hand. I realize it's just because Rust is trying to make sure you can't do something sketch, but it's just so demoralizing to write and struggle through. Well, yeah, I don't know. Eventually you get sort of an idea. Like obviously, if you've watched me, if you watch this stream, right? Obviously, I do not have an incredibly firm understanding of the fundies here, right? Obviously, I'm just fucking around mostly. But like eventually, like I'm also getting stuff done. Like I've written a bunch of stuff in Rust that like that works, right? I've made some APIs, I've made some little websites, I made some little games, right? So like I think like trying to be like, oh, I'm gonna read the book cover to cover and understand everything and know, like programming is like an intuitive art sometimes, man. It's, you know, you gotta just go with the flow. You gotta vibe. And I think Rust is not entirely contrary to vibe based programming, right? You can still just vibe, right? We're doing that right here, right? You can see, like I'm not paying incredible attention to what exactly is going on. We're vibing. We're fucking vibing. Dracula Flow 3, yeah, something like this. Okay, this looks scary, but I mean we just have a bunch of functions that do nothing. Can we do this? Why is this even like this? Anyway, we don't care. We don't care. At the end of the day, we don't care. We can say this is from raw. Is this unsafe? Are you unsafe? You are unsafe. We need more unsafe shenanigans here. Unsafe. I decided to read the book because I don't like floating without any foundations, but I'm also fully aware that I will forget most of it. It's just that, yeah. I mean, that's a good thing. That's a good thing, I think. Good approach. From raw. It's fucking raw, bros. Okay, we need to pass in a raw Waker. We need a raw Waker here. We need a raw Waker. My problem with Rust is when you make mistakes structuring the code early and later on the project is impossible to refactor. Yeah, that's another thing you just gotta get the vibe of, I think. I did that a lot early on because like patterns I was used to, like having like a I'm gonna have like an event handler with a bunch of callbacks that reference. I'll have like a state type that has a bunch of callbacks that also reference the state type, and that's like kind of obnoxious to do. Normally you could at least get away with it. Like the nice thing about Rust is you can kind of like fall back into like oh, just put me into a language with managed memory just by like wrapping everything in RC box or RC ref cell. Sorry, not RC box. Like you can just like put RC ref cell around things, or like arc mutex if you're in multi-threaded world, and just be like, yeah, now we're just vibing in a world where I don't have to care about any of that shit. So that, I mean, that's the usual escape hatch. Just be like, yeah, manage my memory for me, please. Lifetimes makes self-referential types annoying, but it's doable. Yeah. So fearless. Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. What is this? We need to make a V table off your shit. Standard task raw Waker new. What do you need? You need a V table, which is just a bunch of functions that do nothing here. What is raw? Okay. Okay. Sure. Pointer null. I assume this is some kind of context, some kind of state thing. What are we importing as pointer here? What's happening? Create pointer. Oh fuck. Standard task. Is this like so? What are you saying? Now we need the raw P. Doesn't what is fucking crate pointer? What is where is raw waker? Where is raw waker? What type do you want? You just want a pointer. How do we make a fucking pointer in Rust? Rust null pointer. I want a pointer. The Rust book lets you program a little bit. It tells you how to approach your command application. It tells you to refactor it. Lol. Yeah. Honestly, I think I mean, I've said it before. I'll say it again. Right? The best way to do things is just to fuck around a lot. Welcome in, Ecto. Good to see you, Ecto. Hello, funny rat person online. Can I mods? Shout out Ecto. Mods. Run the shout out command for me. Minimal websys wnet glow demo. That looks like the same technology that I'm using, Nick's Rage. But yeah, make sure to check out Ecto. Ecto is really cool, and Ecto is I'm commiserating with Ecto right now because Ecto is moving and I'm also getting ready to move, and I don't know. So many things get so much scarier when you're a streamer, right? Like people get like, I used to just travel freely and just like go do whatever the fuck I want all the time, and nowadays I'm just like man, I can't. If I travel, I have to be back on Friday. I gotta have my laptop and my mic with me. Like I can't I don't know. Is this doing async things over here? This is doing some kind of futures thing. Got a futures scenario. Is this polling things for us? Do we have any kind of something? There's a to-do here that says this locks up the browser. It doesn't work. That seems scary. True, it's so scary. Yeah, like I'm like, I don't know. I mean, the biggest thing is like, it's I don't know. I heard people talk before I started streaming about like, oh yeah, the biggest fear is just like nobody's going to show up. And I was always like, well, that could never happen, right? Like but like that is so scary, right? Like it's a scary feeling. Obviously I don't care that much. I'm like cool and detached like that. I'm not so worried about it. But like there's always like the fear in the back of your head, like, oh, I'll do something differently, and like then I won't have anyone to talk to. I'll just be sitting here like a sad old man alone, sitting here bitching about Rust with no one to complain to. Okay, can you do this? Can we make a V table now, please? Be so awkward. Think of how weird I would look. Think of how fucked up I would look. That's how I stream on Twitch. It's fun. Well, I mean, go make sure that doesn't happen. Go check out LG. That's fucking scary, bros. I don't want that for anybody. That sucks. Okay, we make this fucking V table now. We can God damn. Where is our task thing? Where is raw waker? The raw waker. The sleeper has raw wakered. Streaming to the void solidarity. Hell yeah. I mean, we'll get there. We're literally all going to make it, bros. Like we're gonna get there. I'm gonna fucking, I don't know. This is only the beginning of streaming funny programming content on Twitch. It's only the beginning. Just trust. We're all gonna get there. My VTube avatar just stares blankly too. It's very fitting. I mean, that's how it be sometimes. That's how you gotta experiment with these things. You gotta. I mean, I don't even know what I'm saying. I'm fucking myself now. What does a V table look like? Tell me. There's just a new here. I keep switching. Your stream is honestly so cool. I appreciate that, Ecto. I appreciate it. We're doing something here. It's it's a little tenuous as to what something actually is, but someday maybe. Oh goddamn. Okay, we ignore all of these. This returns raw. What is a raw? What are you? What the fuck are you? What are we doing? Okay. Was this defined in such a, definitely one of the most unique looking streams out there? Yeah, well, I don't know. We gotta go harder on this. What exactly are you doing to Rust? Well, okay, so Ecto, today, there's a pin message. What we are trying to do is I'm making a fan game for Giga. I've been making this game for a while. This is art pending. Ignore art. We're just making a little browser game where you can explore a dungeon and there's fighting and stuff, and because that's the idea. And I'm gonna put a bunch of indie VTuber. Basically, this is fan art. This is me doing fan art. We're trying to debug how to make an HTTP request Like, so the thing I want to do is have chat control the game live, and like, well, there are various issues with this. Basically, I'd like to fetch the color of the lighting, because we can like change the lighting here. This is like actual, you can kind of see this is just like this isn't 2D, it's like 3D graphics, but like at a low resolution. You can kind of see by how like things move past. And there's lighting and stuff, and we want to make it so chat can change the lighting by like, and like retrieving lighting from chat is proving there's some obstacles right now. There are some issues. Are you a programmer, Ecto? I mean, I guess I should ask. I mean, I can. It's always good to chat with people who. There's a surprising number of. I guess not surprising. There's a lot of people in this like broad little community who are programmers. I guess it's like a pretty common. Probably the personality traits that make you want to sit on the computer all day and be a programmer are pretty similar to the traits that make you want to be a streamer. But I don't know. Let's go over here. Let's go over here. Where's Raw Waker itself? Where's Noop? We got to go back to Noop. We gotta see. Let's. We want to just go to Waker. We want to just go to Waker, not Raw Waker. Why did that turn GL gears? I don't know. Greetings, fellow indoors enthusiasts. Yeah, sometimes I wish I wasn't so much, but thinking about the traits of streamers and people with ADHD lately, yeah, I don't know. I feel like there's often like kind of an affected ADHD. Some of my close friends are. I've considered it, but I've shied away because of my horrid dyslexia. Yeah, I wonder what there is to do about that. Like, honestly, like, you could probably. Oh, is this recursive? Is that how this works? Fuck, that's kind of cute. Like, I feel like, especially with like the way things are typically, like I don't know. I'm not dyslexic and I couldn't like really speak to that necessarily, but like I wonder like I think it's a lot more like, oh, the Primogen too. Yeah, I mean, Primogen is like the biggest programming streamer, and I think like it's less of like having to be precise with like words you're writing and more just like symbol recognition that's necessary, and I feel like that's probably possible. Like most of the time you just autocomplete everything. So like that's, I don't know. I'm rambling at this point. We're rambling. We need to reference the raw Waker. We need to reference the Waker. Let's see here. Let's say vtable equals. Oh, we're so fucked. We're so fucked. Put this here. Put this here. Put this here. We need p at ++. See, that's like the. It's purely visual, right? It's one of those little SO-langs. Something of that nature. Probably. We need to pass this a bunch of shit. We need to pass this like so. Vtable, vtable, from raw. We need to stop making rock think. Yeah, soon. Let expressions are not supported here. What are you saying? Bro. Stop. Okay, do you work now? Do you fucking go? You're just complaining? You're just complaining at me? Okay, we need a bunch of these now. These just need to be like this. What are you talking about? Okay, do we need to do this to have mutual recursion? Cycle detected while type checking vtable. We need to give type signatures here? I guess. Is that what I need? Oh, we need, yeah, okay. Standard task raw Waker vtable. Yeah, we get there. We get there. There's fonts in general that help with it, I'm sure. Yeah, I bet. I feel like that's actually, I had not thought about like the font angle there. Like, I bet there are fonts that are just like easier to read. Okay, do we get there? Have we successfully made a context? I think we have. We're gonna call this something else because context is actually a useful word that I want to use elsewhere. Let's go. It needs to be a mutable reference. Okay, sure. Sure. Can we pull? Fuck. Okay, now we're in a situation because this is within our. Fuck. Because we're moving pin. What are we complaining about now? Cannot move out of pin a captured variable in an FN mute exposure. Okay. Just transmute it to static. God damn, bros. God damn. I did not expect us to be in complete rust hell today, but I guess that's the path that we chose. That's the future that we all chose. I thought today was going to be a fun little, oh, well, you know, there's surely a nice way to just make an HTTP request and respond to it. I'm sure it'll work. I spent all this time yesterday setting this up, like, oh, we'll just change colors. We'll have baby language colors. We'll have baby brain melting colors fun time. We'll watch little dancing vegetables and stuff as the colors change, and we're gonna be fuck. You have modding Rust, yeah. So Ecto, this is a different Rust. It's an easy thing to confuse because Google also confuses it. It's impossible to Google anything about this. This is a programming language called Rust. It's not the game Rust. God, I wish it was the game Rust. God, I wish it was the game Rust. It's a programming language called Rust, and it's basically the idea behind it is it's for people who hate themselves. It's for people who want to suffer. That's really the idea at the end of the day. yeah. It's an uwu to woe moment. Is Uwu's streaming tonight, right? We'll probably raid into him. We'll probably raid into Uwu. I think he's playing Factorio with Hina, so we gotta raid into that. That'll be a palate cleanser after this sesh. After this particular sesh, we'll cleanse our palates together and we'll watch some Factorio. It's a language designed for hardcore masochists. Yes, and it's not even like a clean like Haskell. Haskell is like Haskell's a masochistic language. Haskell wants to punish you, but it's kind of nice about it, right? It's a nice language. It tells you when you made a mistake, but it's like, it doesn't. Rust is like, oh yeah, like, I don't know. I love getting pinned. Yeah, basically. Fuck. I'm not even incoherent. Why are you using it if you hate it so much? Well, I don't hate it. It's kind of a love-hate relationship. It's sort of that kind of thing. It's nice because it's very fast. It's very fast, and it has good tools. So, for example, like this thing right here, you can see the pinned link. This runs in the browser, right? It's very easy to make things that run in the browser with it that are also relatively fast and like not horrible to write. So, like that's kind of it's the passion, right? It's, you know, we're back and forth. We're back. It's cool until it's not cool. Basically, it's 90% of the time it's not horrible to use. When you want to do something that is slightly sketch with it, when you want to be a little bit of a sketch lord with it, then it's a problem. Then you enter problem territory. Okay, fuck you. Can we please fuck you. Do we need this whole thing to be outside? Do we need it to be outside? Let's just start fucking around. I think we can make this. I think we can make this here. Can we do that? Yeah. The only thing that needs to actually be unsafe is this, right? Does not live long enough. Why does this not live long enough? What on earth? What on earth? How does this not live? I'm gonna be honest here. I don't think this Waker thing is gonna work out. Yeah, convergence sequence. I'm starting to feel that way myself too. I'm starting to feel that the path we have chosen may be the path of the devil, and there's really not very much you can do about it. Why not use something like Actix? What is Actix? What is Actix? Maybe it's time to do a cargo ad. This is this is like a whole web server. We're running on the browser. We're not on the back end. We're on the front end. Did this work? I've never done this. Baby brain melting colors fun time. It probably does work. Let's see. Thank you for clipping, by the way. When you clip, it really is helpful, because then I can eventually upload epic gaming clip compilations to Twitch, to YouTube or something. Actix Web is a web framework built on, yeah. Oh, is Actix just like a general, like, yeah. I want to, like, we're trying to avoid cargo adding very much here. I think we're gonna try and avoid, because I don't know how things will work in the context of the WASM world that we've chosen. The path of WASM that we've chosen. I don't know how other things are going to interact with that. I'm a little scared about that. So why the fuck does this not work? What problem are you trying to solve right now? The problem we're trying to solve right now is we want to manually pull a future in our winit event loop. We've abandoned trying to use async. We've abandoned any of this. We have a future that represents the result of making an HTTP request, and we want to manually pull that 60 times per second until it completes, and then we can read the result synchronously. That's what we want to do. And then once we're there, we can incorporate maybe a broader system for like, oh, here's a task. I don't know. We can maybe turn this into like a general task runner type scenario. I don't know. But for now, we want to do this. This is, can you use a thread in a channel? I don't think we can start threads, LG. This is running in the browser. I don't think we have the capability to start threads. That would be a good thing, but unfortunately, we're not there. I think we want to, like, I want to at least give this the old college try. Why the fuck does this not work? You can do workers, I believe. Maybe we can. I mean, presumably this does something, right? Presumably this spawn local, what is this actually doing? What does this do? Runs a future on the current thread. Yes, sure. That's what we were doing before. It has to be static. It'll be run the next micro task tick, even if it immediately returns poll ready. Threads should map to workers. Yeah, I've used, oh, you can use threads in WASM. Interesting. We could just use a channel, right? We could just use a channel. Well, let's try this. I feel like this is the nice way to do this, right? We already have an event loop. We don't really care actually about running things in the background. I don't want to complicate things with workers, or I just want to wait for the thing to be, I just want to check if the thing is done, and when it's done, do something. Can we make that happen? How do we, is there a nicer way for us to make one of these? Borrowed value does not live long enough. Why does this not live long enough for us? Why is that? Why is that? If we remove this, does it work? Okay, now that works. Okay, it's because we're trying to use it. Requires that Waker is borrowed for static. Okay. Sure. Remember using senders for similar things? Could this work? Maybe, I mean, that's like the whole channel thing, right? I think that's a channel type situation. I mean, we could do that probably. We'll do that if we give up, right? I'm feeling the fear, computer. I'm feeling the fear in my heart, that animal fear deep in the marrow of my bones. Because I normally I love to run away. I love to encounter a problem and turn the other direction. We never confront our demons on this channel. We never learn. We never grow. We only run away, right? We dodge that shit, and we're running out of places to run. So that will maybe be our final place, our final refuge, our final place to run. If all else fails, only if all else fails, then we'll make our escape in that direction. I would make a separate thread listening for HTTP stuff, and when it gets something, just use a sender to signal. Yes, that will be our escape path. We will do that if necessary, but only if necessary. Can we say leak here? Can we leak you? Can we leak you? Leak. Please. We love leaking. We've not managed to do it a single time in a manner that was sensible. But okay, now what are you bitching about? Pin was moved. Can we put pin on this? Can we put the pin on the stack too? I mean, unironically, leaking this is probably a good way to ensure it's not moved, right? Can we do this? Can we do this? Well, I mean, the actual pin itself needs to be. This is so fucked. This is so fucked up. Why did we choose this for ourselves? Cannot borrow as mutable because it's not declared as mutable. Okay. Sure. Binding future declared here. What are you complaining about now? Requires that future is borrowed for static. Oh, okay, so what we do is we put the future. At this point, you should just be able to do box pin. Yes, ideally, right? Can we do that? Okay, I think the problem with this before, right? We want to do box pin. The problem with this is, what are you complaining about? Missing closing? Oh, sure. No, and obviously this is, what am I doing? What are we doing? The problem with this is pull is the wrong type now. Everything works except for this. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't at all. Box pin wants to move the thing. We want to move the future to the heap. Yes. Understandable. Now what are you complaining about? We're getting the true Rust experience here. Okay, this needs unsafe. From raw is unsafe. From raw is an unsafe function. Okay. Okay. Just happy little mutexes. Yeah, welcome an Avalanche Pointer, by the way. I'm sorry I missed you. I'm sorry if I'm missing anybody. If I'm missing anybody, I personally apologize. I will do a Dogeza before you. I'll bow and kiss the ground in front of you. Let's okay. What are you suggesting even? What are you even suggesting? Consider wrapping the receiver expression with the appropriate type. That's not very useful. That message is not understandable. Pin new mute pin. I think there's some kind of, I think this error message, we're getting some kind of like, I don't know, some kind of parsing issue there somewhere down the pipe. Why would we want to pin new? What is pin new? What is the type of this? I don't even know. Well, we're gonna try. We'll try. This needs to be standards pin. Cannot borrow pin is mutable. Is this just, well, it builds. Unused poll that must be, did we actually get there? Raw should, oh, it needs, that's why they did that. Well, we'll do that too. We're gonna be good. We're good. Well, we got the thing to build through a comedy of errors. Does it do thing now? Okay, we have a poll, and it gives us an option string. This is so fucked, Nick's Cage. This is so fucked. It's but like maybe it works. Maybe it does work. Let's actually put this inside of our. Let's pull it inside of our thing that actually does like update and render. Right? Let's pull it in here. There ain't no way this jank works. Yeah, I'm dubious of this. But like, shouldn't it work? Shouldn't it work? I think it should work. I have no reason to believe it should work. Let's match on this shit. Jank always works. I'm glad you believe, Digby Cat. What are our options here? Task ready and pending. Ready and pending. So we only care if it's ready. We only care if it's ready. What is this fucking called? Pull ready. And that should give us an option string. That should give us an option string. Res. Not in the rest, we ignore everything else. We ignore everything else for now. For now. And then we say log info. Results. Response. We've decided it stands for response. Make a prediction if this works so we can gamba our points. I will make a prediction. I will. I will. Let's do that. QHL. Fig create prediction. Gamba. Does it work? List. Yeah. No way. There's absolutely no shot this works. I sort of agree, Nick's Cage. I'm not a believer myself, but I mean, the odds. I don't know. You got to be willing. The thing builds. It builds. This sort of feels like something that should work, right? We have some asynchronous thing, and we're polling it. We're polling it every frame, you know, at a regular rate, and we're checking if it's done, right? Maybe it works. I don't know how it goes. Can only gamba 0 points. Unfortunate. We got some gambas here. We have big points. I mean, if you gamble only like 100 points on, yeah, you could be rich. You could be so fucking rich. Think about that. Think of the odds. It's well, now you can be a little less rich. Now I've fucked up the odds for everybody. We'll wait for the gamba to be done before we go ahead. That's exactly what I did. Yeah, you know, you got to bet on the underdog. You got to bet on the underdog. I'm inclined to say, oh, here's my prediction. My prediction is that the poll is never ready. We never receive a response. I also don't know what happens, or maybe like we have to like stop polling this at some point, right? Work is in not crash, or it does what you, okay. So work here is defined as it prints response with some none value at least once. It prints something at least once that is like that, like an like the value of the HTTP request. It prints like test or like hi Colonq or whatever the fuck we set that thing to. It prints that at least once. And we're requesting, we're setting it up. We're doing I think what we want. Anything else, if it doesn't ever print response, or if the thing crashes, then, and in fact it already has run, because this reruns the thing every time I save the file. It's already running. All we have to do is switch over to the thing, and it works. Okay, prediction is done. Prediction is done. Going all in. Okay, it's over. Can we go back to this? It looks like it's over, bros. Oh, wait, it works. You know what? By my standards, it worked, because it prints right here a different thing, which is it successfully completes the request. The problem is it panics after that. I think it's because we poll it after it's over. So the believers fucking win, baby. Believers fucking win. Easy. Too fucking easy. This does successfully make an HTTP request, but then this is a predictable panic, because we just keep polling it. We keep polling it forever, right? We poll forever, and we have to handle, these are logistics now. By the standards we defined, XWidget1, the standard we defined was this prints, like this is making the request. It is running the request and printing when the request is done here. It just happens to crash afterward, but these are unrelated logistical reasons, right? We know how to handle this, but the jank that we did worked. Believers never fail. Good job, Believer. How do I actually give you the points now? I don't know how this shit works. I want to actually do it through well, can I just go to QHL Fig finish prediction? Yeah, it fucking worked, baby. Because now we just have to handle, like, okay, which future is we have to handle the logistics. But this made an HTTP request, and I don't think it blocked. Like, if we refresh the page, like, does it block? Well, it's fucked. It's so fucked. It doesn't work at all. It does. There are obviously some issues. It's very laggy. I think we're polling for too long. Maybe this is not the solution long term, but we did manage to successfully make a request. It's back. We're so back. Is this failing like a ton?
Happy Star Wars Day, everyone.
Well,
Today
we've panicked, obviously, so we're not gonna go any further.
I get to introduce you to my girlfriend.
Thank you for VIPing yourself, CBT Captain. Very, very good. Very good. Okay, we're gonna head back over here. 4x, hell yeah, easy. Like if we like, can we set the thing? It didn't work. Oh, it worked. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Who got un-VIP'd? Oh, nobody. Apparently nobody. Very fun. Very cool. Probably because I'm not refetching the VIP, but it crashed. It did crash, Leonard Euler, but it does work. It did do the request successfully. I think that's what matters. I believe in this. Or if it doesn't crash, or if, well, maybe my wording was slightly wrong. Maybe I totally scanned it, but I count this as a win, right? Like, I think making, like, this basic strategy appears to work. This appears to work, right? Like, if we say, I don't know, what do we say here? Can we say something like, how can we unset the future? How do we want to do this? Can we, like, can we say this is just mutable? This box pin, this eats the whole thing, right? This eats it. It appears to work. It does appear to work. It literally fetches the thing over the network. A different thing is the thing on the network. Like, if it crashes afterward. It crashes after. We can make it not crash afterward, and then it won't crash afterward. Then it'll be fine. We'll be back. We'll be back. I believe we'll be back. I think we're good. Let's how do we actually do this? Like, if we just, like, fucking, I mean, the easiest way for us to do this is just, let's just say like fucking let mute done polling. This is obviously not the long-term solution. This is obviously not the long-term solution. And we say if not done polling, do this, right? And this sets us to done polling equals true. This shouldn't crash, I think. I don't think this crashes. As soon as it works, it will be the long-term solution. Well, let's hope and pray. Yeah, now it doesn't crash. Now it doesn't crash. We get this runtime error, unreachable executed, but that's from the previous. Yeah, this doesn't crash at all now. And we can still move around. And it fetches the thing. Look at that. Look at that, baby. Look at that. That's unreal. That's really something. So, okay, the next solution here, though, is we need to make it so... well, what do we need to make it so? It does appear to work. It does appear to do... like, I don't know if this is actually, like, blocking, though, right? Maybe poll just blocks. Right? Maybe poll is just fucking blocking for us. So like we should print every frame maybe, so we can debug that. Let's just print every frame. Let's say log info. We'll print after this every frame. Frame. And we'll hopefully reload here. Yeah, so response happened after 8 frames, or after a bunch of frames. This is not a real error, as it says. This is just something that always happens for reasons that I don't fully understand. But like a whole ass like 8 frames happen, and we start the request before. So this actually is working in an asynchronous manner. I think, right? That's fucking wild. This is what we want. This is exactly what we want. We have successfully caused enough mayhem. Like, who would suspect this fucking dog shit does what we... So now the issue is we don't... like, maybe we do. Like, maybe all we actually want to do is make one request. I kind of think we might. I think we might just want to make one request at the start for this thing to work. Because I want to move on to bigger and better things. I want to actually make the fucking game, bros. I want to... well, anyway. I have to... it's time for a stretch break and a bathroom break. Everyone stand up. I insist that you stand up, and I insist that you use the restroom. You should go piss. Go piss, bros. Let's get back. Let's stand up and do that. Let me click burb. It'll be 30 seconds. Of course I piss fast. I got VTable raws to write. Anyway, enjoy this beautiful art by Musbrook. I'll be back soon. Okay, we're back. We're back. Piss break. Piss break. Let's, you have the programmer shit bucket. Very good. Very good. Classic technique. Are we unmuted? Have we unmuted ourselves successfully? Excellent. We have. Wonderful. Wonderful. Okay. Time to roll. Time to fucking rock and roll. We got this. We've gotten there. It'd be nice if we could do this in a slightly less horrible way, but I'm sure we could. I'm sure that we could. But I don't know really. How does so I think we can also dodge some stuff here. We're no longer actually calling an async function ever, I think. If this just isn't async, if this is just normal main, if this is just normal main now, does this still work for us? Probably, right? This also still works for us. I had an old raid leader that had wireless headset mic and would not mute. Yeah. Ooh, that sounds like an MMO moment. That sounds like a ooh, yeah. My condolences. I'm so sorry that happened. Sounds like an average WoW player. Yeah. It's you know what? I need to get into WoW. I'm trying to avoid. I'm on this like 1 year break from work right now, and I'm trying to like make sure it's something productive. I need to make sure it isn't just like I play MMOs for 14 hours a day for a year. But the temptation is there. The temptation is there. I gotta you see that WoW streamer that shit himself on live recently? No, I didn't. I mean, I'm not shocked by that, I guess, but I don't know. I mean, you're an ESO degen. Yeah, I'm a Final Fantasy 14 degen, and I was a Final Fantasy 11 degen in the recent past, and it's a different sort of degen over there. I think the culture is so different. I don't know. Christ Metzen is back. That's like that's like one of the original WoW people, right? Isn't there like some leak that he's involved in the next expansion or something? Why can we pass through the walls? You can pass through the walls because we haven't bothered. I can turn off passing through the walls very easily, right? I just have the shit commented out, but we haven't made it so you spawn actually on the floor yet. So yeah, it's public. Oh hell yeah, hell yeah. People seem to like kind of like Dragonflight, right? I mostly follow WoW stuff only by watching Asmongold videos, but like it seems like my impression from that was that like Dragonflight seemed decently good. I don't know. I'm like I want to play WoW because like the content that I enjoy in 14 is like the content that feels most WoW like, I think. I don't know if you're I think you're a 14 player too, Ecto, but I'm like a big like I used to do like fucking like 3 like DRS runs like 3 times a week. Like I love like the large scale raid content. Like I like DRS and Baldessian Arsenal and all that horse shit. And I'm so sad there wasn't a new one this expansion. So I started playing Final Fantasy 11 because like someone told me that it was like similar to like kind of like the field zones from 14 a little bit, which it kind of is a little. And I also sort of have the feeling that WoW raids might be slightly more interesting. Like I like the fact that like there's actual like kind of loadouts, I guess, like different specs for jobs or classes or whatever, and like there's actually like utility actions that you need to use sometimes. That's really fun. I like in 14 and like DRS, it's so nice that you have to actually like cast buffs that are relevant and like interrupt things consistently and like put mobs to sleep sometimes, and like the trash pulls are like not totally trivial, and like yeah, I don't know, like the mainline 14 stuff is just so samey these days. Like it's just like all the raids, like it's just like, well, you know what you're gonna do, and like dungeons are obviously nothing that's not like extreme or savage content is like at all difficult or interesting, and it's I don't know. I want like the weird content. The new Dragon Furry class is actually really fun. Yeah, doesn't it have something? It's like I saw like the pre-release trailers. It's like some kind of like charge abilities or something. That seems kind of interesting. I don't know. I'm probably talking at like the absolute most baby brain level of all time. Like I see that. I see that. It's like, yeah, you just said something that is like, oh yeah, oh geez. I wish I could just stay in the human form while fighting. I see we got some WoW heads here. They had the buff spec, WoW's first support class. Very interesting. Very interesting. I don't know. I would love to try it out eventually, but it seems like a lot. I also like that the website is fucked for Firefox users. It's fucked for Firefox. I use Firefox. I'm on Firefox, Leonard Euler 23. It might be fucked with I don't know. Maybe it's fucked for certain versions of Firefox. Let's claim that. Maybe it's fucked for any Firefox that is not my own Firefox. That seems sensible. But yeah, I also like that WoW has add-ons like as a thing. Like I know a lot of people hate the add-on thing, but I love that. Like I mean, understandably, right? I'm a Final Fantasy add-on person as well. It's not loading anything for me. It was loading before. I have not updated the website. It should be fine. It should work. I have not, like, all this hell stuff that we did just now, like, this was not actually changed. Add-ons are based? Yeah, they're so based. I love, I don't know. Like, I have, like, I can never play 14 on stream. Well, first I would never game, because I would instantly explode and not be able to say anything, because I'd be too focused on my hardcore gaming action. But, like, on the other hand, like, I have so many fucking add-ons that, like, I would just get instantly banned. So, like, I don't know. I got custom add-ons. I make my own shit. We're going hard. We're going hard on that. I only play it on my off channel, and when I talk, I die. Yeah, I watched one of your streams just farming like the Moogle tomes, right? My wife and I we are trying to do the simultaneous Moogle tome and PvP rank grind right now, and just spamming front lines. We really need to do that before like the patch, which is in like a week apparently. So anyway, back to business. Back to fucking business. Let's see. Do we have this works? We're so back, etc., etc. Can we search? Let's do faction. It's in a week. It's on the 3rd, Ecto. I think it's like maybe a week and a day or something. Yeah, it's like the Tuesday after. Maybe it is just in a week from today. See, I'm farming tomes in PvP right now. Yeah, we've been doing like. I keep putting it off because I'll do the daily frontline, and I'm just like I don't want to play frontline anymore. But my wife Modclonk is fucking cracked as shit at frontline.
I love frontline.
Like what's your win rate? Like what's your first place rate? It's like 40%, right?
It's high.
It's high, which is like pretty good given that it's like a 1v1v1 game with 72 people. So I get kind of carried in the front lines. But you just spam them. Like you were playing like 10 front lines a day for a while. Yeah.
I mean, see,
It's just only rendering in squares.
Ooh.
So I think Crane001 maybe posted something on the Discord. Did you post it on the Discord? Potentially. Yeah, your life is cursed. Oh, yeah. Is that gonna work with your move, Ecto? You got to get the mount or whatever. That's what the rank 25 gizmo. Modclonk is a gamer. Modclonk games so much more than I do now. I like. My gaming days are behind me, you know. As a Modclonk's gaming. I don't know if I can play it on the PC I have. Oh god, that sucks. Rip.
I heard 14 talks.
Yeah, you had to get up at 6 p.m. Yeah. Okay. Let's see here. We're done. This is scary, but like we're gonna do this for now. This is what we're gonna do for now. I think like this is. Let's if let some faction equals res. We'll say activating faction lighting. Faction. This is what we wanted the whole time. This is all we ever wanted. And we'll match faction. Okay. If you don't have one, then it's over for you. Then you can't engage with the mechanics. Then you're out. Then you're SOL.
I want a game.
You're shit out luck, bro. Yeah. God damn, this is. How did we become like this? How did this happen to me? How did my life turn into this?
Wow, thanks.
No. Just like the whole circumstance is very, very bizarre. Very bizarre. Invalid faction. We're printing these for printing's sake. Can I just match on strings like this? Is this the thing I can do? I hope I can. If I can't, well, we'll deal with that as it comes. Nate. Ooh. Can I just match strings though? If I say string from this, does this work? Ooh. If I dereference this, if I do this. Ooh. Dot as string, does that work? Ooh, oh yes, we got there. Hey, we successfully found out what Russ wanted from us. Thank you. Thank you very much. Tony Lever. Okay, so we're gonna say set lighting. Color deer. So the deer should always be the same. We're actually doing something that will be visible on screen now. What a remarkable thing. Well, the direction should be this always. I think. And you want a reference from me, I'm sure. That's fine. Thank you. And the color should be a color that's based on the faction. So Nate will be all red. Tony will be all green. And Lever will be all blue. Married with Gamer, yeah. It's, I don't know. I don't know. I was gonna think of something snarky to say, but I couldn't think of anything that wouldn't be hurtful. They wouldn't be hurtful to my own spirit. Well, I didn't want to be hurtful. Is that a problem now? Oh my god. We need more of these. I've had this one. This is like the only really disruptive redeem, I think. And like this one is, I mean, Super Idol is obviously also disruptive, but like we need more visual things because I feel it's making it feel like the video game thing is not ironic, right? Because it happens so much to me. I'm starting to internalize it. I'm starting to feel like my life may actually really be like a video game. The same origin policy. Oh, because we're attaching the. Okay. Well. Can we cope with cores? Why is cores complaining about this one in particular? Okay, soap cutting, maybe some Subway Surfers? Yeah, that'd be good. Some more engaging kind of things. Can I set faction? If we set faction to Tony, we should get a green tint. We should get a green thing. There's Ecto. There it goes. There it works. I'm always shocked when my own bullshit actually works. I really shouldn't be at this point, but it is shocking. I have many stupid ideas. I will compile them into a list. I got you. Oh yeah, please. I will relentlessly farm you for ideas if necessary. Okay, there. So we reload and now it's green because it's using faction lighting Tony. Okay, this is actually, we're so back. We're so back. So if we go now and we set the faction to Nate. We set Nate faction. I don't know what that did. Yeah, it changes to your avatar. So Ecto, around here, some would say that, well, people would describe some kind of streamer behavior as clout chasing, right? You know, we've all been guilty of this. I've been guilty of this. You know, I'm relentlessly chasing that metaphorical bag. And around here, that's kind of an ugly word. You know, we don't want to be saying ugly things. So we've adopted kind of a nicer phrase where we say someone is pursuing their idle dream. And I like to pursue my own idle dream, right? Personally, I'm out here on the mean streets chasing my own idle dream every day. And I hope you all are too. I hope you're succeeding. I hope you're finding your idle dream. Yeah, CBT Captain. Hope this is not zoomed in cock and ball torture imagery, but I mean, we'll take it if so. Hey, hello farting. Is this Ina? It's Ina? Is it? It's something. It's some kind of image. Yeah, thank you for that. Thank you for yeah, you're pursuing your idle nightmare. Oh man, that's okay, we're stealing that. You know, I'm gonna use that to pursue my idle dream. We're doing a Halloween stream, I think. Twitch trick-or-treating. We'll call this Idle Nightmare. That's actually great. We'll steal that. Cock and ball torture, where do I sign up? I don't know why. I feel like the cultural presence of cock and ball torture probably like far exceeds the amount of cock and ball torture that is actually happening, right? Have we come to terms with that together? Like the amount that people talk about that, I think is probably way more than it actually happens, right? There's only so many available cocks and balls to torture. I think so many. Oh, there's only so many ready and willing cocks and or balls, because it doesn't have to be. Well, I guess what about cock or ball torture? Definitely told you I need CBT. Yeah, need some of that cognitive ball torture. Can I not refresh the page now? Very good. Now we can. Ooh. We can. So now you can see that when we change, if I haven't been actually saying what I'm doing, but we can change the faction from Emacs, and then when the page gets refreshed, it doesn't happen live. It doesn't happen live. We could poll it. It's happening more than that. Jeez. Let's crack open another cold one. The Venn diagram of Rust users and CBT enthusiasts would be interesting to see. I don't know, actually. That'd be a tough one. It'd be a tough one. I wonder how you, well, who is like, they need to add that, like, who polls programmers, really? It's like, it's that kind of shit mostly happens from Stack. Like Stack Exchange runs like the their like yearly like tooling poll, right? They need to add like a fetish category to that, right? So we can have this information. I don't know. This has gone off the fucking rails. You can check the Google Trends. Fartingle would love to be tortured. Well, there's someone for everybody. That's what I say. I've been known to say that. Okay, we can change the colors basically. That's our brilliant innovation. We can change the colors. They can be green, they can be red. I think it's mostly, you can see some things are less green than other things. It's because the light is coming down from an angle. Can you see it? Can you see which walls are more green? Can you see because it is the light that is coming down from an angle that's going like from here to here towards the ground? Wow. I bet OpenAPI already, yeah, Facebook probably has all that info, right? I saw a thing recently where it was someone on, it was like someone talking about like some Android API, and apparently Android has like a built-in, there's like a class like deep in like the Android thing that's like for like cataloging sexual activity, like as an official Android API or something. People might have seen this. Cambridge Analytica going wild, yeah. iOS had that since iOS 9. Yeah, it's like
Apple Watch stays on.
Yeah, the Apple Watch stays on during sex. That's an kind of moment. I love just like you can also track your periods. Yeah, it's just funny that's like a built-in type, right? Wouldn't that just be like an application? Like, why is that a built-in type like in the system? I don't get that. I don't understand why that's like an essential system component, but maybe others know better than me. So let's make this happen. Let's fucking deploy this. Let's deploy this now. Let's do a deploy. Can I go somewhere? eShell game. If we deploy, maybe that will build. This will build. Maybe this works on even less browsers now. That's exciting. We really need to figure out exactly which browsers this doesn't work on. Watched a video by Louis Rossman about a car that collects data if you have sex in it. Data collection is getting out of hand. Yeah, that's fucking scary. Despite the whole thing that's happening here, the whole situation that I got going on here, I kind of want there to be less computers in things. I imagine people share this sentiment. Like, I don't want a fucking computer in my TV. I don't want a computer in my car. I don't want a computer in my fucking toaster oven. I want those things to just work in a reasonable way. I want them to be like fixable. I don't want them to be hooked up to the Internet of Things. I don't want them to. I don't want anything to happen. I want the thing to just work. I want to be AFK when I go AFK. Yes. I want that toaster with a screen. Yeah, I mean, it's so convenient though. Okay, it should be re-uploaded now. Let's see if I've got to refresh a bunch. I don't want them to have connectivity. Yeah, that is kind of fair. But I also just want things to be simple. I want things to just like be like, if there's a computer in it, right? Like, even like, okay, like despite our woes, right? Despite my woes on stream, I'm a decently competent person at doing computer things, right? Despite all the meme, like, you know, like as much as any end user is going to be, probably a little more, right? Like I'm like, you know, I know how to do computer things, and like the chances of me fixing something that has a computer in it and there's some fucking problem with it are low. The chances are fucking slim. I probably want my car to have a computer. ABS, yeah. I probably am not opinionated on this because I don't drive, so that's probably a thing. Okay, so now when the page loads, it loads the faction. This should happen for everybody now. I'm looking at it in Chrome. I need a computer and toaster in my toaster as much as I need a toaster in my computer. It works and it's green tinted. Excellent. So now if we make, this should happen in real time. If we go to IELM, and we say change it to faction Nate, if you reload it, it should be red. It should now be red tinted. Wow, wonderful. We got there. Configuring Emacs to make toast. It's not? You need to refresh. You're not even updated. There you go. Red config meds.
Apparently reloading the page in Chrome doesn't actually...
You need to control Shift-R in order to reload from cache. That's what you got to do. Because this is a static site, right? It's all a static site. It's just a big blob of WASM. We got the WASM blob, and sometimes it's just like, oh, we should just load the old WASM you already have. We gotta avoid that. Let's actually hook this up to a redeem. Let's make redeem. Let's redeem ourselves. Can I go? I accidentally clicked off the stream manager. Very good, very nice. Let's add a thing. Let's add a thing. Can I add a thing? Add new custom reward. Add new custom reward. Activate faction lighting. Can I make the color white on the reward? Yes, we can. Very cool. Activate your faction's lighting in the link. oob.colonq.computer. It costs 5. It costs 1 point to make sure it's at the bottom of the list. No text. Skip the queue. Skip the fucking queue. I felt so bad the other day. There was someone in let's redeem this. Let's add this reward. Thank you for super idling. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So you're so stunning. You're so stunning. There was someone in Uwu's chat who had like it doesn't actually do anything yet, so don't waste your points. Who was like complaining for like 2 hours about how a streamer had like scammed them out of 1,000 points on a redeem and like wouldn't refund it and like banned them when they complained. And I was like, first of all, 1,000 points is like 3 hours of just like having it in a background tab or whatever. This is nothing. On the other hand, like I do that all the time. I scam people out of like points. Like shit just doesn't work, and I can't refund people because it doesn't go to the queue. Okay, can we make this? Can we do this? Okay, let's make activate faction lighting now. Fig. Refund my 1 point scammer badge. Yeah, I mean this stream, you come here to get scammed mostly, right? It's like it's part of the experience, right? It wouldn't be right if you weren't. Why do we still have to torture balls redeem in here? Well, I guess we just don't get rid of those. We keep those around. They'll eventually fossilize. I'm approaching 100k for Equity Lord. It does fucking nothing. Yeah, Equity Lord doesn't do it. That one actually does go to the queue though. I can refund you as an Equity Lord. I can pay back your equity. Equity Lord should do something though. It really should. Let's have you ever tried to get Nyx to work with UC-libc? I have not. I've done like some muscle stuff with Nyx, but I've mostly just been like, hey, give me packages _static please, or packages _muscle or whatever. I have not done anything significant. I have not done any legwork. Welcome to Raccoon Queen TV. Good to see you. Is that a Raccoon Queen VT situation? Is this a VTuber? I see a Blahaj. I see Blahaj spotted. I see stuff going on here. Okay, we gotta click the follow button. I should stop stalking my followers. It's bad form. It's bad form. Activate faction lighting. So we got user. ICUP, Blahaj where. Yes, I'm an VTuber. Very good. Very good. Thank you, Raccoon Queen TV. I mean, we love those. We love those funny little characters around here. I'm a fan. So faction lighting does not work yet. It doesn't work yet. We're scamming. We're currently scamming. Can we get the user faction? Fig get chatter. I don't know why I called it chatter faction instead of user faction. That's my first error. Can we make this be something? I love your VTuber shader. Thank you so much. It's actually custom software. I wrote my own VTuber software that does all the animation and stuff. Thank you. So ASCII-tuber. Yes, I think I am. Well, there's 2 now. I think another person, the Id of Alan, was inspired by my whole thing going on here and made a bear. It's kind of a different sort of ASCII-tuber. But yeah, we're living that ASCII-tuber lifestyle.
Yeah, the brain
The brain looks sick. Yeah, this is so. I mean, the video technology. We're just beginning to understand the limits of that. Let's do a right chat event. Fig. Right chat event. I'm stimming. Yeah. Let's concat. Let's get the actual faction. You're hungry? Modclonk is making the hand gesture that indicates that she is hungry. User changed faction lighting. Faction. And then the thing we do here, Still learning Rust. It's in pretty good language. I agree. Yes, and thank you for shilling the IRC in the Discord, Bazelia. Please join IRC Discord. I should also drink because I've drank nothing. I've been talking like I'm going to die if I stop talking for 3 hours and drinking nothing. That's how we do it around here. Let's can we say Fig Bullfrog set? We name it cute style. Faction. Does that do the trick for us? Activate faction lighting. Maybe this actually works now. Almost makes me want to make my own version of the face capturing stuff in NVIM. Oh, sick. We should we need to do this only when there is a faction. Hold on. When let. There we go. Speed the movie but make it talking. Yeah. Okay. Does changing faction lighting actually work? Did I spell something wrong? Did I reevaluate this correctly? Why does it not do? Welcome in Vezdeg too. Good to see you. I saw you were live earlier. I saw you were around a little bit earlier. Please check out Vezdeg. Were you doing dev stuff today, Vezdeg? I think I saw you. Maybe I saw someone else entirely, and now I'm creating an uncomfortable situation for you. But I mean, that's how it goes sometimes. We're gonna have to deal with that. Can we someone fucking activate faction? If I do it myself, it won't do anything, right? It shouldn't do anything because I am unfactioned. Is anyone factioned here? Anyone want to do the thing? Raccoon Queen did it. People are doing it. It's not working. It's not fucking doing anything. Sequence P lever. Oh, this needs to be a string. This needs to be stringified. It needs to be turned into a string. There we go. Now maybe it works. Now the lighting has been changed to Tony. Someone changed it to Tony. Tony activated. Now if we refresh the page, it's green. Excellent. Chat no longer scams. Very nice. Can we... So we're changing between things. So the problem now is we'd like this to work in real time, right? It'd be sick if this worked not just when you reload the page. How does it know? How does what know? It knows your faction. Your chatter faction. You are a known faction lever member, which you can check with !faction. But also I can tell by looking at the slightly blue tinged colon symbol between your name and your message. We record all the Nick's Crage going off. Yeah, Ecto, you are Nate faction. The faction names are something. It's kind of a long story. Your L faction, yeah. The colon colors are hard to see on stream. Yeah, I think they're mostly for my benefit at this point. The people can check their own faction, right? It doesn't really, well, if you really want to see other people's factions, you can zoom in, right? You can take a screenshot and zoom in. But lever is kind of hard to read too. Yeah, over here. You mean this up here? I mean this type character? Yeah. Unfortunate. We should make it a lighter blue. Probably. Can we do that? Just get glasses. Yeah, just have higher bitrate. Just convince Twitch to let me stream at a higher bitrate, and then do that. Yeah, ModClonk is almost blind. Yes. Let's see. It's from all the gaming. Where is the faction? Is this in Geyser? Where are the faction standings? Where do I actually do that? Standings. I just call it blue. If we make it light blue, does that help us? Does that do anything to us? Make it a W, it's cleaner. Yeah. Let's see. I don't know when that refreshes. Update chat boot. I guess I just have to run it. There we go. Now it's a lighter blue. That's hopefully more readable. Can we go to here? And, well, where are we going? We're going back here. So the next thing to do with our fucked up futures system is, can we just do this over and over again, right? Can I say, like, how do we, what I think we want to do is just restart this request. Just do it every like 5 seconds or something. Like, do it every certain number of frames. Request the faction and respond to it the same way. The problem here is this is all very ad hoc, right? This only really works, like we're setting up all this bullshit. I mean, this should be reusable. All the vtable shit will be. But like, how are we going to repin the new future? How are we going to do that? How are we going to do that? I say. Like, okay, so maybe we can just reset the pin, right? Can we just do this? And then can we just say pin equals this later on? Is that doable for us? Can we get there? Like, can we just reset what we're pulling? I'm sort of inclined to think that maybe we can. So instead of saying done polling equals true, because we want to keep polling, can we just say pin equals this? I mean, maybe that works. Maybe this works, bros. Like, let's... Yeah, now it just works. So now if we change the thing, does it work live? So someone activate. Someone who's not faction Tony, activate. Begin. Go. Let's see. Who could that be? Mickey Noon. Yeah, see, it changes live now. Hell yeah. So we should probably wait a little more so we're not just totally spamming this thing with requests. Because we're sending them literally fucking as fast as we can right now. Yeah. That's something. Let's kill this so it doesn't destroy me. Let's add a cooldown. Instead of done polling, let's add a let's add a request cooldown. Let's add a request cooldown. How are we going to do that? Because what do we want to do here? Let's say this is request cooldown equals 0. Equals 0. DDoS the cooldown on the redeem. Well, it's not the redeems that are doing this. We're just polling too fast. Save when the last... Well, we don't even need to save a timestamp or fuck with that, because this is called currently... This loop is happening... It's happening at 60 hertz, right? This is just like our actual game loop that's rendering frames every 60th of a second. So we can just say, like, if a certain number of frames have passed, then that should hopefully correspond to a certain amount of time. Like this is just like running at a constant rate. Do we still want to? We don't want to poll though until the next thing is set, right? If what do we say here? Request cooldown less than or equal to 0. Then we do this whole thing. And do we just leave it like this? Do we just only poll if request cooldown equals I don't know, 300? If that happens, and then otherwise we can just say request cooldown minus equals 1. Is this a thing? Is this sensible? Does this basically make sense? I don't know if we have, maybe we have to poll more than this. Welcome in, Paraclete. Good to see you. How are you doing today? We're making video gaming today. Okay, we poll once. It should poll it every 5 seconds now. Okay, that seems like it did what we wanted it to. And now if someone changes the thing, I can just do it myself. I can be a big man. I can be a big man and get there. If I change the faction to Tony mode, within 5 seconds it should update. Hey, nice. Okay. This is technology. We could do this with a WebSocket. I mean, that would be the right way to do it instead of constantly polling, but we really don't care. This is just for funsies. So let's deploy that. Let's deploy that. I still can't believe this fucking worked at all. Like, isn't that shocking that the approach that we chose was the... Like, I'm still not convinced... Like, there's definitely a better way to do this, right? Than manually setting up, like, a dummy task context thing that does nothing and, like, polling the future every frame. But, like, I sort of feel like we got there. We accomplished something today. Like, we can move around freely in this environment and, like... The vtable shit is dark sorcery. Well, that's just to set up... That is just us stealing... We just yoinked the source code of a function that is in Rust Nightly that we didn't have yet. That just sets up, like, a no-op version of... I think all the vtable is just a struct that has a... Like, a vtable is normally just a struct that has a bunch of functions in it. Yeah, see, it changes live. And this should work for everybody once we deploy it. Like it should be polling the same endpoint. Let's see. The correct way to implement a proper executor based on the WUnit event loop and then run the WASM loop on the executor. Yeah, that seems like the right thing to do. But I don't know how to do that. So we're gonna, and like, you know, poll is an API that exists on futures. You're telling me I have to use a sync await on poll on futures? I can poll those bitches. We poll bitches all day. Well, something like that. Something of that nature. Let's deploy this. Let's do we already have an eShell here that we deployed on last time? Let's deploy. Let's redeploy this fucker. It takes a minute because it has to run wasm opt and like all, you know, it's got to do its dirty work. It's got to do its devious dastardly work, and we'll see. Welcome in Zio Penny. Thank you for the follow. Good to see you. Got a Zio. Are you a Persona gamer? Are you a Shin Megami Tensei gamer? That's what I associate Zio with, the lightning spells in those games. Hope you're having a nice day. We're currently developing, well, we're quote unquote developing a quote unquote game. And we're mostly just kind of chatting and having a good time. But yeah. Let's see here. Now if we go to the actual site, we go to the actual, did my message get fucking unpinned? What is that all about? Why is it not? Did I hide the message somehow? I've played a couple personas, I see. Sus, what kind of video gaming game? Well, it's a dungeon crawler, ideally. Ideally. That's what it is. But in practice, it's maybe something different. There's so far no game to the, yeah, so far the quote unquote game is you walk around a dungeon with no collision detection. That's where we are so far. We're working on it. If I change the thing, if I go to IELM and I change the thing to Tony, is this actually updated? Do I have to control Shift R over here? Do I have to, if I change this thing? Sorry, I'm looking at the other screen on the actual deployed version. It's on the hub. Yeah, it is. We're on GitHub. You know, you catch us on GitHub. You need a Konami code in the game that does something, presumably does something. Yeah, we can get there eventually. Yeah, there's the GitHub. There is the GitHub. It's the repository that you would think. You're changing to X videos, Call of Duty. Yeah, we have a whitelist on those. Paraclete. We got the whitelist on that shit. We are not we are in fact blocking the X videos link, or more specifically blocking any link that is not YouTube or Twitch. But it will work. I mean, it is MPV. It would work in principle. Let's see here. Do we need to go to? Let's actually make some gaming. Let's start by making it so you actually spawn in a position that is not horrible. Can we do that for us? Can we get there? Let's you're cooking. I see. I'll let you cook. This is honestly not, we're not even doing that much unsafe stuff here. Kind of poggers. Right, all we're really doing is constructing the waker, right? And that just needs to do nothing. So like, I think I don't know. I'm feeling good about this. The performance here. Subterranean homesick alien. Nice. How about those aliens? It does work for that, Paraclete. Of course it does work there. Let's spawn us somewhere. So the thing I'm commenting out, this is just, here's our collision thing. Hey, if the tile is not a floor, then if the tile is a floor, then we can move. Let's make sure that the player actually spawns on a floor tile too. Let's get there. Can we do a find floor on the map? How do we find a floor? You're not authorized, Crane00. Let me add you, Crane001. Let's do figmodel.el. Crane0001, not to be confused with Crane001. Different person entirely. Let's see here then. My entity system is still quite bad. I have not like fully figured out how I want things to be initialized yet. All right, but we can do this. We can throw We can throw some stuff. God, I hate Crane 001. Rip. Rip, rip, rip. Let's see, X in 020. 001 is such a prick, yeah. So true. Let's map dots get tile XY. What are you complaining about? Well, do we want to do this a different type of way? If let tile map tile floor. It seems we're all in agreement. 001 killed my family. God damn. Equals this thing. This type of thing. We got a free drill situation. Hell yeah. Free drill's so cool. If you don't know free drill, please check out free drill. Free drill like has some wild ass streams, some wild ass programming art type scenarios. So we'll do player.x equals x, player.y equals y. This is how you do it as if you're gaming. We just find the first floor that is in the map and put us there. Can we go to oubliette of general? Okay, now we will spawn in a place. We will spawn probably in the bottom right corner, I guess, because that's the way that the cookie crumbles. And now there's also collision detection. So now we have become game. We have become gaming. I have some torches always on hand. Yeah, need to burn down the. I keep getting recommended this YouTube video. It's like it has a lot of views. It's like a 7-hour-long retrospective on the Castlevania series, which, like, I don't know. I've been trying to, like, I like that. I don't know. Castlevania is cool. I gotta work up the stamina to watch something like that, though. That's something that, like, because of course, you know me, I'm not gonna watch it idly. I will never watch it idly. I will never pursue my idle dream. I only pursue my idle dream. I will, I'll be focused there. I'll be focused the whole time. I'll be taking notes. I'll be keyed in. So we need to find the time to do that. I'm sure it's going to be an essential part of my week. Your hair is idle dream. Yes. My hair is idle dream. I love, I don't know. There's just something special about, like, Chinese pop music. It's really something. It is really an occurrence. What even is this? What even is this here? We got something. We got something here going on. We got some kind of occurrence happening. Let's re-push this thing, and now you should spawn in a spot where you don't die. Okay, did the message? No, it's still pinned. It's still pinned. We're back. We're back. I believe in us. I'm a believer. I am a believer. Thank you, convergent sequence. Appreciate that. Let's if I load up oob. If we load up oob, hop on oob, bro. It's after school time. Hop on oob. If I spam refresh enough, eventually the game should be up to date. Eventually it should be updated enough. Like if I open the let me just open it on here. If we spam refresh enough, eventually we will spawn in the right spot. It's wild how many there are. I have seen the Bionicle one. Yeah, I watched like the only one I've really watched lately is I watched a Daggerfall one. Kind of a banger, not gonna lie. Fan of that. Enjoy that. Maybe install Daggerfall Unity. Okay, why is this not? Did we not push this correctly? Did we not push this character? Okay, there we go. There we go. So now you spawn and you can't walk through walls anymore. Now you spawn and you can't walk through walls anymore. The maps are all very samey because they're small. You're walled in. Yeah, just refresh. Control-Shift-R making unit. It should be up. It depends on, like, caching, probably. I'm sure they have, like, some CDN bullshit happening where there's, like, different caches for different regions or something like that. But I think we're back. I think we're okay. All I need exposure to Death Stranding is video game Donkey. Yeah, we're also... I'm a Donkey enjoyer, too. Donkey's pretty cool. No more, please. Yeah, I'm just not a fan of, like... Death Stranding, of course, does not fulfill my 2 requirements for a video game in that you cannot make a little guy and you cannot frag. So, like, what even is the point? What is the point? You play as just some actor? I don't give a fuck. I want to make my little guy, and you can't frag. You just carry shit around. Like, what is the point? What is the game? What is the game? I'm being facetious, obviously. I understand people like these kind of story-focused games. For me, you gotta frag. It needs frag. But Kino, potentially. I wouldn't put it past them. I like Metal Gear Solid, although I've never played it, and I feel like I've gotten the whole experience. I watched Nyanners play Metal Gear Solid 1, 2, and 3, and I just feel like I have no desire to play the game now because the part that's interesting is the story, and I've seen the story. I don't know. Maybe I'm capping on that one. Maybe this is wrong. Metal Gear Rising, now that's a game. That seems like a game. You can't make a little guy, and you can't really frag against other people, but you can frag against the computer. It's tolerable. It's something for a rainy day, maybe, for me. I've listened to the soundtrack enough. Certainly. As an MGS fan, you're not really missing anything extra. Well, yeah, I mean, the story's cool. Like, I liked watching that playthrough of Metal Gear Solid 2. It was sick. It was cool as hell. But, like, I don't know. It was, I really don't know at the end of the day. I have no desire to actually play the game. Is the performance on this kind of wonky? What's with that? What's with that? Why is it kind of weird? It's kind of weird, isn't it? Please make oob levels procedurally generated, and I can pitch it. The levels are procedurally generated, Mickey Noon. Like, it's a different level every time. It's a different level every time you reload the page. You see? Now we're in a different... They're very samey right now because the maximum level size is so small compared to the minimum room size that it always kind of creates the same layouts. Is that why they are terrible? Yeah, exactly, Crane001, right? The bar here, the inspiration here is Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, and the bar is not very high. Nick's Crage, I have to well, I liked Baldur's Gate 3. It was good, but for me it's Elden Ring. You know, for me Elden Ring fulfills both of my conditions. I think Elden Ring is fucking really good. I think it's maybe unpopular opinion, but I think Elden Ring was really fucking good. Has its flaws, obviously, like every game, but I think it's high quality stuff there. You're calling Sequoia? Yeah, call up SoftBank. Isn't that the one? SoftBank. Is that unpopular? No, I'm joking. Yes, I'm being sarcastic. Yes, controversial opinion. Elden Ring was good. Yeah, I think I mean it won Game of the Year, didn't it, last year, right? So like I think yeah, I'm being silly. I'm being fucking silly. It's okay. I'm spreading disinformation. I'm lying on the internet intentionally. Let's kill that then. Let's kill that. Let's head over here. If I refresh the page, will the 2 go away, or are we stuck with that forever? I think we're stuck with that forever, I guess. That's a little concerning. I fucking love spreading information. Yeah, Masa is jumping on Oob. Elden Ring is good. Yeah, I thought it was bad. And I'm doing weird stuff with the basic way this level generation algorithm works is it's like a binary tree type thing. It just kind of like splits the space in half a bunch until like the spaces are above it, like they're like you know, they can't be split without going below a minimum size. Just like randomly splits horizontally or vertically based on what space is available, and then just like puts rooms in that space just in the center with like an offset from the edges, and then just tries to connect the rooms across the tree, right, in the natural way. And like there's like random off by one shit, so I'll just make the corridors really long, which is why they sometimes like go off the end of the rooms. But I think it looks fine. Thanks for letting me drink. Thank you. So what do we actually want to do in here? What do we do in this zone? Like, we can... I guess we want there to be enemies. I guess we want that, right? We want there to be some kind of foe. We need a foe. I really didn't expect us to get this far. I was like... this was all pre-recorded, obviously. All pre-recorded, but beyond pre-recorded, it was also pre-planned. And I was just like, oh, we're just going to fight with Rust. We're going to fight with Rust for 17 hours. We're going to fight with Rust all day. But that didn't actually happen. I didn't expect pin to work. Yeah, I didn't... This little scenario, I did not expect to be a real thing that happens. But that's just how it is sometimes. Okay, let's actually make game. Let's make a gaming here. I think what we want to do is I was building like some kind of like, if we go to entity.rs, we started putting some stuff around here, right? We started putting some kind of stuff around here. We're not doing any kind of ECS nonsense, right? We're trying to minimize our architectural concerns here, I think. I think here we're largely trying to just make this shit work in an easy and fun manner. So let's try and make a try and do something here. Let's try and make a flag for enemy. Let's try and make an enemy type flag. An enemy type frag, yes. And I think maybe we need to give coordinates in the new thing. Welcome in Fabius Schonfinkel as well. Good to see you. It's been a minute, Fabius. It's been I haven't seen you on IRC in a few days. I'm glad to see you here. I hope you're getting good work done. So today what we're building, Fabius, there's a pinned link in the chat room. And what we're doing here is let me go over here. We're building this little dungeon crawler game. The little guy has some space to move around in now. And you can load the game up yourself and play it. And we've also built a thing that lets people change. We can control the lighting of the game from Emacs for everybody. So that's kind of the interesting thing. Like it's based on our little faction system, right? So if I say here set faction Tony, this will happen for everybody who has the game currently loaded in a few seconds, right? We have a little bit of delay. So we're polling. Welcome Body Without Blue Organs. Good to see you. Enemy type B, yeah. I think we'll add a little slime type character. Can we get a slime type character? We have all the tiles for DCSS here, so we can probably put a slime type character into the game pretty easily. We also need a way to associate a texture with an entity nicely. I don't know how we're going to do that. We should probably like, I don't know. What can we do, right? We can like, so the way I'm doing assets currently, if we go to, where is game.rs? There's just this little assets struct that's just like kind of an empty kind of, why am my cursor isn't, I don't know if I can, so what happens to me a lot whenever I'm like bitching on stream, it's because this thing is like a pop-up, this is like a child frame that pops up with the docs, and if my mouse cursor is over it, it'll eat my inputs for certain things. I need to figure out how to make that not happen. I just want like the mouse to, I want to totally ignore the thing. I never want to be focusing it. Otherwise I have to like move my mouse all the time, which is not like a good feeling. So it goes. A black screen for 1 hour in HD. Thank you. Thank you. We do try and like, we were worried initially about like trying to like load like random 8K videos or whatever. But I think we are requesting a lower resolution. This is only 720p anyway. But I'm like, I think we're doing the right thing there. Interesting. Will the character get a huge sword which works like in Drod? I've not played Drod. I mean, you've linked it though. I think I know. We will check it out eventually. The idea is like the fighting is going to be sort of tactical and a little flexible based on like you act with like your arms and your legs independently, right? So it's kind of like a more granular turn system. We've hashed out some ideas, but we've not fully developed it yet. Is the plan? Let's see. Like this whole thing here, this assets thing. Can we just like return something like Fear and Hunger? Sort of, I guess. Fear and Hunger is like more like a traditional RPG style thing. I don't know if we're gonna have like attacking individual body parts. Like I don't know if you're gonna be able to like target an enemy's arm or something, but like there's definitely moving with different body parts, sort of like how the enemies work in Fear and Hunger, where I think the different components have different like individual turns. Something like that. Can we just return references to this thing? If we just have this big struct, how to hide the mouse cursor. I don't think that's it. I think it's like we want the mouse to not appear. The text looks awfully C-like. Yes, it's in Rust, Fabius. I have to confess, it's in Rust. It's in Rust because it's nice. It's nice to it runs in the browser nicely, Fabius. And I don't want to write JavaScript. And it runs in the browser. That's my excuse. That's my horrible excuse. There will be, well, I don't know. Rust is at least kind of nice. It's nicer than C. We have a little bit of like, we have niceties, right? You can map and filter things. We have higher order functions, kind of. you know, there's there are things that are possible to do. Let's see then. I think what we want to do, anything better than JS probably, yes. Can we just make it so, like, our entity system, right? I was sort of like, oh, maybe, like, I kind of wanted to get away with continuing to do a thing like this for our assets management, where we don't, like, have to, like, attach, like, so the thing that I've done in the past is just have, like, a big hash table of assets, right? So there's, like, a big hash table of all the textures, mapping strings that are texture names to the actual texture value, and things just consult that, right? Or, like, alternatively, you can do it with, like, integer IDs, and you know, it's the same thing. Consider this kind of thing where there's like a mapping and you look up at runtime given some key what your texture is, and you save that key. And I was sort of like, it's kind of nice to just use like the actual language features for that, just to like have, like, refer to a texture with its name. But I sort of don't feel like we want to store a reference to the assets struct in here. Like, that feels like we're gonna run into some weird garbage self-referential kind of situation very quickly. So I think we're gonna give up then. I think it's time to give up. Let's do this then. Can we call this textures? Can we call this, let's refactor all of our asset management. We'll leave the font stuff, and I think also the shader stuff maybe, but well, maybe also meshes perhaps. We have long man here. I was watching on a Hazmat stream the other day. Is it related to the Puppets world, or is it a separate thing altogether? Well, it's sort of becoming related, Fabius, because since we can now control things in the game from Emacs, it's sort of it's an adjacent scenario, right? It's not entirely related to the Puppets world, but it's well, there's some crossover. There are some references back and forth. Let's try this. Let's just make a big thing of textures. Well, you know what? We can be even cooler than that. We can just say entity textures, right? And we'll take off texture player, and this is just going to be a hash map between, we'll just go with strings for now, right? Until it matters. I don't think it's ever going to matter for this kind of thing. To texture. Very nice. Okay. And then entity textures. Let entity textures equals hash map from iter vec, like so. Does this work? Does this work for us? I think so. And we'll pass in entity texture. What are you giggling about over there? You're looking at Twitter? You're tweeting?
The Melee communities had some bangers.
There's some banger Melee posting occurring. I see. All is clear. Oh my god. Oh my good lord.
Oh my gosh, you have a robot in your hair.
Thank you. I don't want to say that. That's we love tech.
It's actually such a great video.
We love tech CEOs around here. Zuck has hacked us. Yes, we've been infiltrated. What are we not doing here? Are we fucked up? Okay, I think we're fine. We're fine. We're back in the part of Rust that I actually know how to use for once. So now let's make our handling of the player less messed up. Right? Because right now we're just rendering the players separately, right? We're rendering the players separately. We should instead loop over all the entities and do that. So it's me, Zuck Undercover. Yeah. Let's do this. For e in self dot entities. I think we have to do that there. I think we got to do that there. And is this right? Do we need to say dot iter? Huh? Oh. We have entities as a struct. Dot entities. Like so? Do you work for us? We don't have texture player anymore. We can get the texture. We can now get the texture. This should be E instead of player. We'll call this EX. We'll call this EY. Yeah, join Agent Lumi's Discord Destruction Division on IRC, please. Yes. It looks like an interesting project. Just stopped by to see how puppeteering is progressing, but I need to run. Have a great greenie. Yeah, please enjoy. I'm glad you stopped by, Fabius. Enjoy the rest of your day. I'm sure we'll see you around. Let's get the texture here too. Let's say let's texture equals, well, let's just do this in an iflet. Let's just only render the entity if it actually has a texture that corresponds to a real texture in the thing. So where is entities? Where is game entity.rs? We should also give it a texture. Pub texture string. We take those. We give those textures. E dot texture. What do we say here? We want to say self dot assets dot entity textures dot get this, like so. We want to put a sum here as well. We're getting some kind of texture. And then this should just be texture. Very nice. And now we need to make sure we initialize that. So in entity new, in new, it's hip to be square. So true. So true. Texture is another one of these creatures. Very nice, very good. Now we go to game.rs, and where do we make entities? Where do we make those little creatures? If we say this is player now everything should work. Now it should all work. Now it's also back. Okay. I think it renders one frame before it actually moves the player, which is kind of funny. If we refresh, does it do that consistently? Yeah, it does. It, like, moves the player. That's clever. That's kind of cute. That's cute. It's so Jover. What's Jover? Are we Jover? Is it over for us? I think, okay. We have this now. We should be able to render other entities now, though. And they should be able to move, potentially. We can potentially do things with entities. Why are we not actually making 4 hidden? Oh, we're filtering this. That's what's happening. We're doing a filtration type scenario. Filtration type situation. Let's continue though. Let's load up. We're rendering all the entities now. So we should just be able to add a new entity that's like called fucking slime. Paul Allen is Jover, yeah. Unfortunately. What does he say? Try getting reservations at Dorsia now, you stupid fucking bastard. Is that the line? Is it like that? Quite big if so. Entity new slime entity flags enemy. Okay, can we make some kind of slime type creature? We don't have a slime texture right now. So the slime will not render. Slime will not render. How do we get a slime type character? We go to assets. We want to just add it. We want to add it over here. Slime. I still sometimes say I need to return some videotapes if I want to leave a Zoom call. Very funny. Very, haha, how droll. How droll of you. You see Mon. Brown ooze. Brown ooze, that looks a little gross. Can we get some other kind of slime here? In crawl, in the set of crawl tiles. What can we make happen here? Do we have any kind of ooze? There's animals here. There's, what else do we got? Fungi, plants, giant amoeba. Let's do that. Let's do that. Giant amoeba.png. Very good. What's swamp drake? What is swamp? Where's swamp? It's this creature. These tiles are not super high bot. We have Swamp Drake and Swamp Dragon. Ooh. I still have not done the fix that Paraclete suggested to make these images actually appear large. I apologize. I forgore. But now I remember, but now I forget what it's called. But I'll look it up eventually. I'll consult the thing. I'll consult the oracle. So here's our slime. It's just appearing on top of the... So fun fact, the way the player is rendered, the player is just getting rendered on top of it's just on the ceiling texture. It's just on the ceiling texture. The player is just a ceiling that moves around. It's on the ceiling mesh, rather. The Swamp Pokey evolutions, yes. Yes. Convergent sequence is not authorized. I'm sorry, convergent sequence. We'll add you. Convergent sequence. There we go. Bing, bang. Bada bing, bada boom. Let's make the slime appear. Like you can see it's flat, right? It's flat. I should really like billboard them a little harder and make them actually face the camera always, instead of getting like kind of shifted by perspective like this. But we'll see. Thank you for Bad Apple. Thank you for Bapple. Thank you for Renai Circulation also. We appreciate all of those. We take those. Can we make the monster have... Okay, I guess we're just going to flesh out our entity system for a little while. We can flesh out exactly what it means to be alive. We're going in today.
For philosophy?
Well, no, hopefully not. I hope not. Let's get back there. Let's get back to business. So what should an entity actually be? I think what we actually want is so right now our way of initializing these things is kind of fucked up. Like we have this like new thing. One of the things I really wish, all links are added to a playlist at the end of each stream and posted in Discord. That would be fun. We'll add that. Collect links into playlists at end of stream and post playlists to Discord. This will be fun because we actually have to talk to like the YouTube API probably. That could be a lot of fun. Very cool. So I think instead of just having a new here, we'll do like a little entity builder type thing. That's a thing people do in Rust, right? Like we can say like this type of character. Look at me PMing. Hell yeah. So we can like set all the options for this. Or maybe we just want to... I don't know. What do you all think?
You got both power.
Welcome, Colicus. Good to see you. Let's I guess we pass in X and Y too. We can pass in X and Y as well.
You got both power.
You want food? What do you want to eat? You're hungry, you should find food. Welcome in MX Alex as well. Good to see you. I mean, we gotta figure out the food situation here. Shorthand. Oh, you're just telling me to do this. You're telling me to be sensible. I think we'll just do this, honestly. I feel like we almost always want to just like... There aren't enough like entity options for us to be worried about this too horribly. Let mute px equals 0, let mute py equals 0. We'll just do like so. We will slightly complicate things in order to make it so we're not mutating the player, I guess. There's no reason to do this, but like it makes my brain feel slightly better about the situation. We should also put the coordinates first, I think. I like that. I think I like this. I think like roughly in order of like, I like having the thing that's likely going to be the largest thing last, so you can just like put it on its own little section kind of easily, and the flags will probably be the largest. But I like also kind of in order of like this is like the most essential thing is the name, which should be like a unique kind of name, or it's the display name, and then the coordinates are also pretty important, and how it's actually rendered, and then the flags. That just feels natural to me. I don't know. Others might disagree, but I am not others. So we'll do like so instead. We will do like so, and then we will put like so. This can be px -1 py -1. How about that? How about that? Have you tried just making better code? Yeah, I mean that sounds like a skill issue to me. Having to, if you need good code to get shit done, that sounds like a skill issue. What if we just put it like so? What if we just put it like so? That's wrong too. That's wrong too. We need to be x. It needs to be x -1 y. Our coordinates are kind of not in the intuitive place that I would expect them to be. Normally I think -y is up, but in our, the way we've set this up, -y is down, and that's going to trick me up. That's going to trip me up thousands of times over the course of this project. This is the coolest face cam ever. Welcome in, Nasamaki. Good to see you. I almost thought you were I thought you were Mickey Nunes. You had the same name on my screen. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, this is hello, it's me. We're doing the VTuber thing, I guess. You can customize this in various ways. Like if you follow, it'll say welcome your name on the face, and you can play the YouTube, the video playing in the background is actually my own stream played live. You can see kind of that little slime in the corner popping up as a little blue and red thing, and myself. It's hard to see obviously, but like you can make out the gist of it. Yeah, you can change various things. Yeah, so this will just appear under the slime now, which looks funny. Thank you for the follow too. Another one in the cult bros. Another one in the, I don't know. I feel like the cult kind of language is very overstated. Is our if you press 2 buttons really fast, it does fuck it up a little bit. Like you can kind of break the lerping a little bit if you like press 2 things at the same time. It looks a little more jittery. I think that's acceptable. We'll add a delay between key presses anyway, so you can't just do that, because also it'll take a turn to move. I'm not too concerned. I'm not too worried about it. Thank you. Thank you for inflicting this upon us. What is the highlight? The highlight is the eyebrows and the inner hair, like the hair on the inside here. Like it's still gray. You could see it kind of. It's the same color. There are also things we're not enabling yet. Like I could easily make it so you can change the color of like the shirt and stuff and all the assorted other things. Thank you, DJ. Thank you, DJ. Does Pokimane stream on Twitch anymore? Didn't she go to YouTube? Is that a thing? Did she go to YouTube? Is she live now? Holy shit, she is. I'm behind the times, I guess. I'm behind the times around here. That's crazy business. So will this distort horribly? Like, so the main thing I'm worried about here, right, is like, obviously the player character looks kind of weird in this setting, because like the perspective is like, we're using a perspective projection, right? Like you can kind of see the different sides of the tiles, right? Which I'm kind of worried will look weird with the fixed perspective on the player. But like, also at the end of the day, like this is fine, right? This doesn't look that bad. The slime being way up in the air like that definitely does look bad though. That looks like shit, right? You can see it kind of, you can see that because the slime is on a ceiling tile, it kind of gets offset from, There's an offset scenario happening here. So maybe we render the slime on, maybe we put the slime on the floor. Maybe there's a slime floor situation. Is the video buffering? Am I fucked? Is it over? Is it over for us? No, I think we're back. I think it's not over for us. I think we recovered. I don't think it is buffering, and I think that's on your end, Crane001. At least I want to believe that it's on your end. I want desperately to believe it's on your. No, it's we're fine. I'm sorry. Do we have transcoding today? Has Twitch blessed us? I think it has it? Yes, it has. Wonderful. The hair video buffering. Yeah, the hair video might be... Well, the performance of that I'm a little less confident about. That one's probably... That one could well be. That one... Oh, it's, you know what's happening? It's because Basilia set the highlight to yellow, which paused the video because the whole thing is broken. Because we decided to start refactoring that and then just didn't finish. So changing anything other than anything at all pauses the video because it stops playing. That's what we call a good robust piece of software. Let's do some business. Let's put this on the floor. Let's try putting it on the floor. It's so broken. Yeah, it's so broken, dude. Where do we actually render everything? Where do we render the entities? What if we just put them on the floor? What if we put them on the floor? Mesh floor. Floor stuck. Okay, now that's fucked up. Apparently that is... I don't know why it's upside down. It's also Z fighting, but that's understandable. There's some Z fighting happening. The perspective stays... Very interesting. Very interesting. I guess it's probably the texture coordinates are just like rotated or something. That's odd. WizWiz, he is from Australia. Yes, welcome in WizWiz0. Konami code, this happens. Yeah, that could be something. Where is my... Why does my shit not work on here? How troublesome. How troublesome. How tiresome. Well, I think maybe we just want to be slightly more intelligent about this whole thing, I think, right? Like, we don't want to actually have this be on the floor or anything. We want, we want this to be on, like, an actual factual mesh that faces the screen, right? I think that's what we really want at the end of the day. I think we want that. And you know what I think? You know what I fucking think? I think we're gonna do that. We're gonna do that some other day. I think I'm gonna go get some fucking food and vibe. So we're gonna raid into Uwu to Owo. I think we're gonna raid my boy playing some Factorio, and we're gonna fucking go do that. Good morning, Kanban. We're about to end here. We're about to raid. Thank you so much for coming by. This was a lot of fun. It kind of turned into a weird Rust shit debugging stream, but I think it was worthwhile. I think that was worth something. Anyway, go say hi to our friends over at Uwu to Wo channel. I click start raid. I'm gonna get food. I'll be on the Discord. Make sure to join the Discord if you're not in the Discord already. Join that. We'll be back on Friday with more shenanigans. I don't know what we're gonna do yet. Probably something cool. Probably something cool and fun. Anyway, thanks all. I'll see ya soon. I'm clicking raid now.